right, welcome back. This is week 6. This is finals. It all ends here. Today we have Team Whopper Jr. versus Yorde Addies. Yorde Addies. 2 words. Keep them separate. Don't be messing anything up.
Yeah, please keep them separate.
All right, and unfortunately, due to some technical difficulties, we are not able to have our broadcast in person, and we missed map 1. I heard it was really good. It looked like it was really good. Just seeing what the scoreboard was looking like, seemed like it was a close game. So I'm hoping for another couple close games. Best of 5 today, so it's possible we see a map 5. We're about to head into map 2 in a second here. Map 2 is going to be Ascent. We just went through the agent select, and
that was quick.
I don't know, what are we seeing? Yeah, it was a quick agent select. They're quite confident in their picks here.
Neru's on Raze, which is interesting. He was on Viper last map, so I'm wondering why he swapped roles. Let's see. Vape Hopper's on Jet. He was on Raze last map. The roles seem relatively the same, other than Neru being on Duelist this time around.
Yeah, we're seeing the KJ on both sides. Always a solid
the Gorilla
choice
Mine
on Ascent. The Gorilla in chat, of course. And all right, here we're gonna be heading into the pistol round. Looks like we got a setup towards B for attackers. Pretty quick execute onto B. They're gonna be closing that door, taking sight.
Yeah, they just gave up sight
spamming
completely.
Through the smoke. Wow, quite there's just continuous gunshots over here.
Yeah, they just straight up
Spike
gave
is gonna
up.
go down. No kills on either side, surprisingly. Looks like they're gonna be going for a 5v5 retake here. Throwing out some util, throwing out some smokes. What is happening? This is just madness out here. People running around, spraying with their ghosts and classics. Vio is gonna find a couple and swing back out into CT. Gonna get taken down though. And it's gonna be a whoa. Bite Popper finds 2 through the smoke, spraying it down with the frenzy, and then it's gonna be map or sorry, that's gonna be round 1, map 1. You missed map 1. You're too late.
Yeah, I'm surprised Vape Hopper didn't die. He was 50 HP like after entrance on a site.
Yeah, I was surprised nobody died in that entry. That was quite surprising. Lots of util smoking things out, getting some cover, but yeah, just a little damage on each side, and defenders got out of there pretty quickly, tried to regroup for a retake.
Looks like
and
another
the round 2 wallbang spam with the Odin from New Sunlight, but Vape Popper's gonna be pushing up. Take him out, gets traded out though, and Vio finds the second trade immediately after. It's gonna be another fast play onto B site. Magnolia's gonna drop down into log, but it's gonna get taken down. It's gonna be a 2v4 retake. One coming from CT, one from Market. The Stinger takes down the bot.
This force really hasn't worked out at all.
Yeah, they got 2 Stingers up against Spectres and an Ares, so.
I mean, the Ares was forced. It was spammed through B main at the beginning of the round.
Yeah. And gonna leave our defenders with not too much money in the bank, looking like
they're forced to save.
That force didn't go super well for them. Yorde Addies down 0-2. Looking like attackers maybe
an A push
over here, setting up for an A push.
Yeah, but they're all stacked towards D.
Up towards Cat here. Is gonna be hearing them pushing onto A. Gonna get
here comes the rotate.
And be playing slow here, playing for a retake. Spike's gonna go down. Vape Hopper pushed up into hell, and they got the KJ utils spamming through the floor there.
Raynal comes out.
All kinds of util dump out of heaven here. all kinds of spamming through the floor. And it's gonna be a 3v3 retake coming out of heaven, swinging those angles in hell, and it's just gonna be KJ here. Magnolia with the Sheriff and 20 health, one shot, gets spammed through the box now, 12 health left. Gets scanned out by the recon and gets wall banged through the hell wall, and that is gonna be round 3.
If we go easy on them, they will never learn.
Alright, now looking like more of a reasonable buy here for Yorde Addies. And seeing some Phantoms.
Are they just gonna stack B? Or because it seems okay, never mind. It kinda
Yeah,
looks
seems
towards like a B stack.
Yeah.
Attackers
Whoppers
are
have
stacking
been
towards
stacking
A.
up and rushing, and Naru's gonna be up here taking that first contact. Throws out the util, throws the nade, boombot, satchels, just trying to anything to slow them down, prevent them from getting sight. Buy a little time for allies to rotate, but Spike's gonna get tapped.
Yeah,
Spike
they
now
just
going
keep
down.
giving up these sites.
Yeah, and they keep going for these 5v5 retakes, and keeps not working out for them. Popper's gonna find one in the smoke. Gets tagged up pretty good though. And we got 2 retaking through heaven, 1 through flank. Magnolia here is gonna be hitting the alarm bot. KJ takes down KJ, and it's just gonna be Magnolia here on the flank. Finds a second one, 1v3, still doable. 60 health left. Popper's very low. Ooh, Dinks Joyo, but at that range of the Phantom, that's not going to be enough damage, unfortunately.
Are they gonna stack a site again? Let's see. Or are they gonna
gonna be forcing up? What's their economy strat here? It's not looking good once again.
And it's another force. They forced almost every round, it seems like, other than round 3.
Yeah, what do you do here when you're just losing every rush to the 5 stack? Do you hedge your bets and 5 stack a site and hope they're there, and if not, you do 5v5
they seem to
retake,
stack the right site this time, but
yeah, but it's just gonna be Neo Sunlight here with it. Oh, very nice Sheriff headshot there. But it's not gonna happen, and it's just gonna be Creaky and Jamie's trying to retake through mid here, coming up towards markets.
2 stingers against 4 rifles.
Yeah, 2 stingers.
Jamie's does have Phoenix Salt. He might pop it if he gets one, I feel like. Door comes down. Util comes out. Daeun is looking to grow.
Slowly, yeah. They've both been spotted out in market now. They're running low on time. Popper's gonna be finding Creaky here.
That's 1v4, 1v3, and
them out, but gets traded back. And there's round 5.
Not looking great.
Decent buy now, though. This round, kind of a half save last round. So some rifles, some light shields. Probably not full util, but
Vivo has his second Reyna ult of the half.
Vivo also has an Odin.
Yeah.
And maybe lining up for the wallbang counter, or
yeah,
an Odin and an Empress at the same time.
That he is pre-aiming that.
Oh,
he is pre-aiming the recon.
Got the recon on both sides.
Oh, he doesn't spam anything.
Disappointing. They are poking up towards B main here, doing it pretty slowly compared to previous rounds. KJ util is going to be going off. Going to buy a little bit of time. Hopefully we can get some defender rotation over here.
Popper's on site and he's dead.
Yeah, Popper all the way up. Gets taken out though. Sunlight Magnolia here in logs, causing some problems. And there we go. Nicely done.
That's their first round.
Round 1.
They had the guns, they had the stack.
Yeah, they had the util to buy a little time there, and we got an easy in chat from Magnolia.
Despite winning 5 rounds in a row, the econ on Yorde Addies isn't the greatest.
That's true. Yeah, they were losing a couple people every round there and having to rebuy. And so yeah, if this round doesn't turn out well for them, it's going to be a tight buy next round for either team. Looking like another 5-stack towards B main, pushing up here, clearing the corners. Vivo going in very quickly. KJ Util almost a little too late going off behind them, but then they swing out. Magnolia's going to find one with the Bulldog. Whopper is going to trade one out on Sice.
Jamie's ulting out, and there's the ult.
Whopper finds the ult and Sunlight on site. Joy's going to be planting the spike, and another one down. That's just going to be Jamie's in spawn. No more ult, no more armor. Running low on Util. Tagged by the drone, not looking good. Joyo just spamming, waiting for the peak, pre-firing.
Yep, gonna be a very tight buy on the defender side here.
Very tight indeed. Yeah, I'm looking at Naru with a Phantom, Light Shields, and 0 credits left in the bank.
Magnolia just has a classic and full armor.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Maybe looking to pick up something else.
He got a deagle.
There's the Sheriff.
Sheriff,
okay,
yeah.
Sometimes that's honestly the move. You buy full armor, wait for someone to die, and go and grab their gun. Sometimes
he's playing mid though. He's pushing mid with that, but
yeah. Naru here with contact, early contact on A main. Throws up the showstopper. Doesn't find anything though. Buys a little time, but it's gonna be a long rotation. Whopper already up here into sight. Even planting the spike here. Oh, got the Hunter's Fury coming out to counter the spike plant. Successfully pushes them off. And it's just gonna be New Sunlight up here in spawn. Gets classicked by Whopper. Unfortunate.
Let's get these idiots.
why did he have the classic out? Did he run out of ammo? I didn't see that.
I am not exactly sure. That would be my guess, or maybe he was just messing with him. And yeah, as you said, a tight buy here for the Yorde Addies. Looking like Stingers and Sheriffs. We've been seeing a lot of Stingers
stacked
lately, even after the patch that increased the price. Stingers surprisingly popular. All right, here we got the Blade Storm.
Yeah, they're going towards A, and the stack was towards B.
Slower than usual, though. Full contact hasn't quite been made yet. Both teams kind of rotating in towards A. Whopper takes one down with the Blade Storm, but gets caught out of heaven. So he's gonna find Naru towards hell, and it's just gonna be freaky. And now
just Neo Sunlight
here in heaven. 32 damage, pretty much one shot. Just has the Sheriff here, maybe trying to save a gun. 1v4, not looking super hopeful, but maybe able to make something happen. Maybe able to do a little economic damage. Maybe able to find a weapon, save it for the next round. Guess I'll let Vivo going head to head here.
I'm confused.
All right, well there's our first knife kill.
That's a round.
Just a matter of time. That was in fact a round. And that's going to be 1-8 in favor of Team Whopper.
Whopper has 15 kills. He is halfway on his way to a 30 bomb.
Yeah, we're only a little over, well, nearing the end of the first half.
The stack towards B is actually correct this time around.
Both teams could be interesting. They have the lockdown ready. Naru peeking up into window with the satchel. Lots of wall bangs, lots of util.
They're still pushing in a B main, despite knowing that there's a stack
just
here.
Like we said, and gonna be pushing out of main here, up into alley. Vivo gets tagged out, but does not care. And then KJ turret still just sitting there in logs. New Sunlight finds one, and that is gonna be a lockdown. Finds two. Spike's gonna go down, and here's a counter lockdown. Spike is planted. The Hunter's Fury out to counter the lockdown. Magnolia tried to rush up on the site and counter the Hunter's Fury, but gets taken down by Joyo. And that's gonna be last enemies of Joyo
1v1
there, and a 1v1 Jamies versus Joyo. Mind games at the boathouse, and
The
Joyo
better
finds
Jay.
the head. That was close though. There's a lot going on that round.
Yeah.
A lot of util, a couple ultimates invested. Could have gone either way there, right up until the end.
That was an expensive round though for defense.
Definitely was.
Their buy this round is, again, not the greatest, which seems to be a pattern this game, this map.
Yeah, a couple of bulldogs, some light shields. Magnolia once again with the Every time we say it, he ends up buying something else. Magnolia had a classic and light shields there for a sec.
And
Vapopper
Freaky goes
pushing up,
down.
finds the first frag. Dashes into the wall, I think, is what I said. And Jamie's gonna come out with the Phoenix ult. A lot of deaths going down right there outside market. And that's just gonna be
Picks up Vivo,
Jamie's
market.
looking for a retake here. 1v3. All three taking damage. 2 tagged up pretty good, effectively 1 shot. And Jamie's still got some decent armor here. A little bit of util, a couple of flashes. Definitely doable. 2 on site, 1 hiding back in main.
And
Book's gonna take the double swing.
they're already talking about
on,
map
fine.
3 in chat.
Last round in the half.
Last round
we
of
see
the
a map
half.
5?
No.
No, you don't think so?
No. I mean, next
Well,
map
it's
is
a lot of Valorant if
Pearl.
we go to map 5.
Yeah. A last round of half, and we've got 4 Stingers and a Guardian.
Yeah, it's not the
Yeah.
most auspicious looking buy. No operators yet though, despite plenty of money over here on attack. Looking like a pretty heavy stack towards A, both teams. Vapopper just dashing in there, doing whatever. Smokes and dashes. Vivo finds 2.
Magnolia.
just hiding in the corner there. But,
And there's the half.
that
1-11.
is the half.
Why do you check that in chat?
Magnolia upset in chat. Why are you just clearing that corner? All right, not looking great here, but if there ever was a time to turn around, it's right now. Pistol round, anything could happen.
And there's a stack towards A.
Spike
Maybe.
is still in spawn, interestingly.
Maybe they forgot it. Oh no. They're like kind of doing an A stack, kind of not. They just keep walking away from Cat. But
I'm
3
very
towards
curious
A.
as to the spike still in spawn. Okay,
Oh.
looks like is Cricky going back for the spike? No.
Yeah, no. Oh,
Nope.
they.
Okay,
I don't
alright,
think
if we're
they
just
need
taking
it.
a
They're just gonna
5v5
frag.
team deathmatch. They just want the kills. Yeah, no spike necessary. Running up into tree here.
Joyo
is
gets
James
Jamie's
gets
up
taken
Cat.
And 4 stack in A main here. Oh, looking like they might be defenders might be rotating off. Attackers
Yeah,
might be
I think they
faking a
think that
rotation
there's a
here.
rotate. I mean,
Yeah.
there seems to be a. Are they gonna pick up bomb
They're
on
going
the
back.
leash?
Maybe they're doing a late rotate here. They got a
Ner's
minute
picking
left.
up the
There
bomb.
is
He got
time.
the
Naru
bomb.
finds the bomb. He's gonna be bringing it back to A though. Vivo mid with the spray. He's gonna spot 2, maybe 3 of them there. And finds 1 mid, gets traded out. And Vapopper right here on the other side of the smoke. 2
Naru's
mid.
walking up A.
And yeah, Naru looking up main.
He
with the
only
spike.
has Dayun to
Creaky
worry
finds
about pretty
Vapopper
much.
mid, and 2 now going into tree.
30 seconds left.
Joyo
And-
with the smokes and the flashes, anything to buy a little bit of time here. Finds 2.
Spike
Excellent
down A.
playing around the smoke here. 1 shot though. 1 bullet,
And-
and that's the end of Joyo. And
Magnolia's
Magnolia.
doesn't know
Magnolia's
there's
just
2 here.
Sitting in the corner. This smoke's gonna be going down, and someone's gonna die. Quite the little
Nice
standoff
forte.
in the smoke there. Nice playing around the smoke by Joyo.
Map 3
Is it
hours
Joyo?
in
It's
chat.
Joyo,
for
right? Not
Magnolia.
Joy.
Yeah,
Joy Zero.
it's Joyo.
That's Joyo. Okay, alright. Just making
Yeah,
sure.
were you there for the Joys era? when he accidentally changed his username to UCD Joys. You remember
I
that?
don't believe so. And he had to keep it there for a month,
Yeah,
right? Or
for a
something like
month.
that?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Alright, like looking like once again heavy stack towards A for both teams.
They have the bomb this
KJ
round.
set up on. They have the bomb.
Vivo has a Vandal and no armor, and he died.
And still gets taken out by Jamie's mid. Got Baypopper and Pook up here on site, trying to bait them out. Baypopper gets taken down in the smoke. Pook swings out from Dice, and that is going to leave Diane here for the solo retake. 1v5 with an Ares.
Very nice. Their second round. Jamie's is locked in.
And Jamie's kills Magnolia post-match with the Molly, of course. Interesting strategy. You don't get an ult point for that, right? For dying to friendly fire?
You don't.
I don't think you do.
I actually I could be wrong.
I think you have to die. Do you get it for dying to the spike?
You do. You do.
You do? Okay,
Yeah.
I don't think you could get it for dying to friendly fire though. All right, 5 stack attackers towards A. 4 defenders
4
here
stack
ready
defenders.
to meet them. I'm seeing Vivo with a shorty here. I'm seeing 2 shorties. And oh, nice scan. Scans 3 or 4, but not gonna make too much of a difference.
Naru.
Baypopper
Do they
running back
know
on the site with the classic
Baypopper's
here,
inside?
spamming the right clicks, finds one, and that's gonna leave Pook solo out of market here with the classic. Also not going to happen, but it was
that
quite
went
the save
surprisingly
round for,
well.
Yeah, it looked like
They shouldn't have
defenders didn't
gotten
have
3
too
kills
many
out of that.
purchases there. Yeah. I'm guessing they were trying to save so that they could force up this round and take us to the 13th round.
Seems to have worked considering attackers don't really. I mean, they do have a full buy, but Naru's on a Bulldog full armor and he's at $0. Seems like just a full send out I main.
The Phoenix ult coming out.
And the Phoenix ult is dead.
Got some early intel there. Oh, here's the showstopper. Naru coming out. Looking around somewhere to dump this rocket. Pook finds 2 with the mollies. Nice KJ setup here.
Naru and Jamie's now just
Jamie's. Jamie's here on site by Jenny. Spike is out in the open. They're gonna drop and
there's map 2.
Down.
It's currently 2-0 Yorde Addies. 4 Yorde Addies. Yeah. Very interesting map.
13-3 map 2. Map 3 is going to be Pearl, you were saying, right?
Yeah. Pretty sure unless they were joking into that.
You never know, man. After the league broadcast today, you never know what they're gonna be joking around with.
That was a really strange map considering first map was 13-10. It was much closer.
Yeah, it was, and even up until like the 10th round, it was pretty much back and forth. But
yeah,
we're gonna be taking a quick break here and coming back in about 5 minutes to see you all in the map 3. So don't go anywhere. See you in a second. All right, welcome back. Here we go. This is gonna be map 3. It could all end here. This could be it. This could be the end.
Honestly, probably.
You think so?
Yeah, not
I'm
gonna
hoping for a
lie.
map 4. I'd love to see
Uh,
map 4, especially since we missed map 1. I'd
yeah.
love to see some more
I mean,
gameplay.
I wouldn't mind, but realistically, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. First 2 maps went to Team Whopper, so best of 5. This is the third
First
one.
two
So it
map
all...
went to did it go to Team Whopper?
Yeah, both maps to Team Whopper, correct?
Team names.
Pretty sure.
Pretty
Yeah,
sure.
the Yorde, Addies, and Whopper Jr. getting all mixed up, but
Yeah.
it could all end here. And yeah, do you know what they're fighting for, Kabachi? Did we
They're
ever tell the
fighting
people that?
for t-shirts.
They are fighting for t-shirts. You can win this very t-shirt right here, Esports Champion, or you can win this one also.
Do we know which
lovely
one?
color.
Is there
You
a
get to pick.
selection?
You get to pick,
okay.
or you can be like me and win both and get one of each color.
Oh, nice.
Win
Did
2
you get
characters.
yours from the Valorant one?
Yeah, no, I won the summer Valorant and the fall Valorant. Somehow, I was like consistently the worst player in both of those teams.
Yeah, I
but,
think your team
got carried.
Yeah, I think your team took my team out. I think.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't be surprised. What can I say? And also, they get a Discord title in the server. That's what really matters. All right, looking like we're gonna be heading into Agent Select here. Map 3, Pearl. I don't know if there's gonna be anything to say about Agent Select because last time it went by so quickly, I couldn't even tell what was happening. But looking like probably slightly different team comp here. Probably not KJs. Don't see too many KJs.
I mean,
Pearl, looking like
they're not locked in
Astras
completely yet, which is a different.
Yeah, it's already faster than last time. Oh,
giving it a little bit
Phoenix. More. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, they've been like swapping. Like first map, Bay Popper was on Raze, and then second map he was on Jet, and I guess he's off the Jet for this round.
Yeah.
This map.
I was looking at some stats earlier, and Bay Popper doesn't play Phoenix very often, but I believe it was his best win rate. Interestingly. But it's looking like defenders have all locked in. We got the fade. The KJ is an interesting choice. I feel like I don't see KJ on each side. I don't know. Purple's just such a wide map. You can't really lock down both sites. It's either you pick a site and mid. You can't be monitoring both sites at the same time because your util becomes out of range.
I haven't been seeing many skies lately, but
that
there
too,
is one
yeah.
sky.
And honestly, I haven't been seeing many Astras, especially since all the Astra nerfs. But
seems like I always see an Astra on Pearl though.
It's been getting a little more popular, yeah. Especially with Pearl, like I was saying, with it being a bigger map, having global utility is very nice. But the cooldowns being a little bit longer makes her not as popular of a choice as she used to be, I feel like.
Just one duelist on the attacking side this time around, which is interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah, still a relatively aggressive comp, though. I mean, aside from, well, maybe not. Aside from, I mean, Astra and KJ, but like 2 initiators.
I mean, the KO and the Sky, you could make the argument that like both of them are like semi-duelist. Yeah. I'd say.
Yeah, they're flashing initiators, not as much like intel initiators. I feel like is probably maybe a distinction. And it's looking like attackers gonna be spreading out across, leaving Spike until after they get some intel here.
Yeah, no crazy full sun rushes.
Couple of stars down. We got the KO knife and fade eye. Some contact out here mid. 3 attackers, 2 defenders, pushing up into art here.
They untagged really bad.
Reading out some shots, yeah. They're gonna be falling back towards site A and looking like some more contact here. View finds a nice, 2 nice head taps. Bay Popper and View swinging out into mid, find 3 kills and the spike. That's gonna leave Neo Sunlight and Creaky here, pushing up into A. Hit by the Prowler. Dagon's very low here though, so Baypower's going to be swinging up to take the charge. Some spam through the smoke, and that is just going to be Neo Sunlight left all alone here on site. Vivo pushing up on the flank here. Dagon, once again, still very low, but the flank comes through. Oh, the flank didn't even need to come through.
Yeah.
It's going to be round 1 flawless for Team
You
Whopper Jr.
You think we're gonna get a map 4?
Like I said, I wouldn't mind a map 4. Yeah, especially since we missed. I don't know about a map 5. I feel like might be, you know, that's a lot of Valorant for one day. But I'd be cool with a map 4. But yeah, hard to say this early in the match, especially the first match being so balanced. Could have gone either way right until the last round or two, even up until the last round, and then map 2 not being quite as balanced. Looking like 3 attackers rushing up into Art here. Vivo
Jamie.
flanks, finds
Jamie
2, finds
has a
Naru
stinger.
while using the dog. And Spike is down up towards Art. Pook and Dayon here camping the Spike, making sure nobody gets back to it. Magnolia here with the corner wallbang. And that's just going to be Magnolia pretty tagged up from those wallbang shots. Just playing this Jojo peek here. Joyo's going to be coming in from the side. And nicely done. That is round 2.
Yeah, what was interesting was that Jamie's was the only person who forced on the attacker side, and he had a stinger and light armor. And this time around, he has no armor and a guardian, which is definitely an interesting choice.
I saw an operator for a second there, but looking like Marshall.
Vivo's
instead,
still
looking like a
rocking the
save.
Marshall, yeah.
This is interesting, yeah, save round. Yeah,
It's
maybe.
their bonus.
I mean, they know.
Vivo in
Attackers are
chat,
gonna be
don't
on a
go
full
B,
bite
I'm
here.
opping.
Well, it's looking like Spike is heading up towards A pretty quietly though. No contact mid. Clean Prowler. And 3 up on A site here with 4 in lobby, trying to decide if this is worth it. Stars coming down, looking like they're going to be taking a rotate even before full contact here. Magnolia is going to be moving up into mid here, sees the Prowler but doesn't get spotted by it. Still 3 on A, 1 in Art.
And just
it's
Joyo
gonna
on
be
B.
Joyo over here on B. Looking like Pook and Dayon gonna realize there's not much happening here. Maybe starting to rotate soon, but
Yeah, he's called the rotate.
yeah, the knife
Here
goes
comes the
off
rotate.
B long. They're gonna be rushing up B long, and Joyo's gonna be playing a little corner here, waiting for the rotation. And Vivo finds a nice headshot. Nice little angle. Ooh, finds another headshot. Brings out the Blade Storm, feeling very confident.
And
that
just
is gonna
Magnolia.
be just Magnolia here with the Phantom. Oh, Vivo spraying all the knives. Magnolia. Oh, the knife.
Oh, there's a second knife kill of the series. Very interesting decision making this series. We've got Pook with the lockdown 1 point off.
Yeah, that's the other thing with KJ on this map is that the number of options for placing a lockdown isn't quite as many as something like Ascent where the sites are closer together. Like you have to push up pretty far in order to get a lockdown off.
Oh, there's the first op.
Vivo
we've
up
seen.
here with the op, gets blinded, gets concussed, gets taken down by the Stinger. And they're gonna be pushing up into Art here. Dan here with the Prowler, swings out, finds 1, gets traded out. And that's just gonna leave Baypopper here on site. Nice flash, finds 2. And Joyo backing him up as Big
Yeah.
Buffer goes down. Joe here with the smokes recalls the star.
Oh, he can't
They
finish.
lined up. That was very close.
There's their first round on the board.
Yep, Yorde Addies attacking now with 1 round, looking like once again pretty full buy. Rifles all around.
Yeah, they didn't keep the op that that Vivo dropped.
Oh, you're right, they didn't.
This is one of the first rounds that have been like equivalent
Yeah.
economy-wise, gun-wise.
Yeah, looking like Vivo gonna be peeking up into mid here. Finds the first frag
Jamie's.
on Jamie's. 4 stack mid, trying to decide which way to push up. Daeon's gonna be prowling through art, finds 1.
I think they think it's gonna be a push towards A. There's only Joyo on B.
It could still go either way at this point. 4 up in mid. Seeker's gonna come out, are gonna be heading towards A site.
Lockdown's
Joyo's
coming
gonna be
out,
running
I
away
think.
from the 1 prowler on B.
Yep, here comes the lockdown.
And there is the lockdown in heaven. Difficult to counter
Both
without
lockdowns.
without the right utility. Yeah, both lockdowns. And are they just gonna wait both of them out? Oh, 2 detained by the defender lockdown. But looking like Magnolia is gonna be swinging up here, making sure nobody gets caught. Magnolia finds 2 headshots. Playing around the smoke. Nice
What a
molly from
retake.
Baypopper there. Pushes him out from behind the pillar. And a nice retake. Yeah, those Killjoy ults. Good timing, good quick decision making, making sure that nobody was close enough to defuse that spike in the meantime.
What's the econ looking like? Not great for the attacker side.
Placing sentry.
We got 3 players with light armor, 2 players with light armor, 1 player with full armor.
It's looking like they're heading towards mid once again. Vivo up here with a pretty aggressive peek. The dog is going to come out. Vivo finds 2. Nice. Stashes out. Catches an arrow with the Sky Dog. Jamie's going to get caught here by the Prowler. Util dump it on both sides mid. And Vivo swings out again. Finds another kill. Gets dropped on by Jamie's, but Vivo here looking for the ace.
He
Finds
got
the
it.
ace with the classic. Nicely done.
He's peeked door.
Yeah,
So
that was
many
an
times.
aggressive peek and then a nice dash back and well
They just can't
executed.
punish it. Like, they don't have anything to punish it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that they could if they really wanted to, but I'm not. Is it worth the util to
I
punish
mean,
a
what would
peek
they
early
even-
round, or even just holding the angles? Yeah, they.
Yeah, what would they even use? Like, dog? Maybe?
Yeah, I
But
don't know.
that's
They
it.
keep getting caught looking the wrong direction. They push up and are aggressing into door or art, and then they get caught on the flank. But
mean-
this time it's looking like a 5 stack towards main, and Big Hopper goes down.
And starts
And,
saying OML in chat.
Nightfall. They're not gonna be hearing anything here. And there's the Gorilla Mind again.
The Goyla mine.
You want to fight it?
And there's the Astral
Astral.
Divide. And
Oh.
and the 0 point or the I can't even
They-
tell what's happening. Everybody's deafened and walls going up and
Well,
alright.
now it's just Joyo
Now
versus
it's just
Neo
Joyo and
Sunlight.
Neo Sunlight. Now
This is the
now I can
second
see what's
time around,
happening.
right?
Both full health, full armor. Ooh, Joyo swings out of that knife.
He knows where Neo Sunlight is, but Neo Sunlight doesn't know where he is.
Exactly, yeah.
Does he use a star here, though?
He has the spike. He could just plant, but that would give away his position.
Well, I mean,
here with
Joyo
one
knows where he
star
is.
left. Yeah, but he doesn't. But Neo Sunlight doesn't know that Joyo knows where he
Yeah.
is. Looking like, oh, Alright, that's the end of any sort of surprise there. Swings out with the flash. Oh, misses the cross. And it's going to be 10 seconds left on the clock. Joy playing slowly here, maybe playing time.
Spike planted.
New Sunlight. Ooh, nice flash. Joy manages to dodge the flash, but still doesn't get the crosshair back in time to get the kill.
Wait, are both of their names Joseph?
Are they? That's what I was looking at.
I
Yeah,
think
we're seeing Joseph diff in chat. I guess so. That's the thing is I don't know most of these guys' real names. I've never seen most of these guys in person. Or maybe I have and I just didn't know. I met Creaky for the first time last night. I was like, oh, nice.
Seems like a mid push coming around. Will they punish Vivo for this? Well, he hasn't gotten a kill
Vapor
yet.
Coming out with the
Never mind.
Phoenix ult and blinds Creaky? Not quite sure what happened there, but lots of util going down here. The stars, the mollies, the C's. And attackers now just pushing up into spawn almost, knowing that there's only one left and they have flanks on both sides, and
They just can't stop Vivo from getting this first pick. Almost every single round, consistently, he's done something mid.
yeah. And now this round with the op, looking forward to it. We'll see what happens here. 15 kills. Not even through the first half yet. Looks like he's gonna be taking this mid push once again with the op. Is he gonna be? Yeah, it's looking like attackers maybe pushing mid again. Something's about to happen.
And they just dumped util.
Magnolia gets
Well,
caught with
stop.
the eye. Vivo gets hit with the knife, means that he can't dash out.
Oh,
Poppers finds the first one. Finds a second. Finds a third. Baypopper looking for the ace. Gets stolen by Dayon.
well, they stopped Vivo, but they didn't stop Baypopper. Like, that's the thing with the two duelists. Like, if you're putting all your util into stopping one, there's still the other that you have to account for.
Exactly, yeah. And yeah, Vivo just gonna buy another op here. And honestly, probably gonna peek mid again.
Wait, didn't they save it? I thought they saved it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, you might be right.
Yeah.
It looks like they
looks
won't
like
be pushing
just a-
mid this time.
Yeah, seems like just
Probably
a
for the
normal
better.
default.
Jamie's peeking Joyo here. Contact on long. They're gonna be heading towards B's. A lot of open space in mid, getting closed up.
Not really a
by
default anymore.
And yeah, now it looks like a late push towards mid. Magnolia's gonna be swinging through door here. Oh, Magnolia right behind Baypopper. Baypopper finds him. And there's gonna be the Phoenix ult. It's taking down my new Sunlight. And they're looking a little bit trapped here. Oh, finds Pook. That's gonna leave Art clear. Seekers lets them know which way to look.
It's still a
doable.
3v4.
Yeah. Although it's just gonna be new Sunlight here on site against two. Oh, they swing on Dan and take him down, and it's looking like 2v3. Looking like they're gonna go for a rotate here. Creaky pretty tagged up.
D is free, but I don't know if they know that.
I don't think they do it this time. They never actually made contact on A, and it's not gonna remain free for long. They're the
Yeah.
Stars smoking off heaven. View is gonna be coming out of heaven with the knives here. Creaky. Ooh, I thought Creaky was gonna get caught in Astral form there.
He did.
Oh, Vivo finds one, but misses the right click on Neo Sunlight, who's still at full health. Gets flashed, and Baypopper, nice little flash out of the smoke.
He
Neo
didn't
Sunlight
even wait for
didn't have time
Joyo.
to- Yeah.
He
Neo Sunlight
took
didn't
the-
have time to come up after the spike plant. Looking like Baypopper gonna carry this op into the next round.
Yep, it goes straight to
And it hands
Vivo.
it back to Vivo. Yeah. Is Baypopper
Oh,
an opper?
Vivo drops it today. Baypopper, I don't I mean, I don't think he plays Duelist for ECD Gold. I think
Right, yeah,
he,
usually he's on all kinds of stuff usually, but
yeah,
often more like Sentinel controller type roles if I remember correctly.
he kind of just plays everything.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why he's Radiant.
All right, looking like early util over towards A here, but looks like it was a bit of a decoy. We're gonna have 5 pushing up long here.
Give up long range.
And
You should run.
Dayon opping this angle out of Hall here. With the Killjoy lockdown coming down, Dayon doesn't have too much of an escape here. Maybe just trying to take as many kills as they can down with him. Finds one, he's gonna get detained, goes down, loses that op. And there goes Bay Popper. That's gonna be a 2v4 retake coming through mid here.
This is a round they don't have to worry
Jamie's holding
about
a very
Vivo
close
or
angle
Bay
here.
Popper.
Looking, playing pretty slow here. This smoke's going down, and Puka and Joyo here peeking. They know James is close, and double swing.
Third round on the board. Looking to be a solid half.
The last round in the half.
Yeah, I'd say 4 rounds attack is a solid half.
I would agree, yeah.
Anyone feeling generous?
Let's see, what do we got? We got the, Joyo has the, Astral Divide ready. Or, what's it called? Cosmic Divide, that's it.
Yeah.
And Dan with the Nightfall.
Yeah, so they have a really good retake here.
Yeah. Creaky went off from their own Cosmic Divide there, but
Yeah, he grabs the orb,
gets
he
the
gets his
orb. Cosmic Divide is ready. There's 4 on A site, 4v4. They decide to go for this. Some more stars going down. There's also a KJ set up here by default. Cosmic Divide goes down. Neru's gonna send the dog in there, clear things out, and then Nightfall's gonna come through from Art. They are deafened and decayed.
Vivo gets one
They're
wall
pushing in
behind.
anyway. Vivo finds, was that a collat?
No, I
Finds
wasn't.
2 with, okay, finds 2 with the operator.
Dashes in with the shorty.
Dashes into the shorty, and 3 health left for Neru. Very low for Bay Popper as well. Neru flashes through the wall, finds one, gets traded out, and it's gonna be a 1v1. Both very low. Bay Popper healing up here with the Molly, but that means that Magnolia is gonna know where he is unless swings out to the side.
Magnolia's
sees the
one
spike.
shot.
Only one shot has the a nice flick from Magnolia. Only 30 health left.
He was one body shot away.
Switching sides.
And instead of planting the spike, types ZZZZ in chat.
Yeah. Lots
Alright,
of
that is the end of the first half. 8-4, like you were saying, still winnable, still doable. Pretty solid first half. Still enough time to turn things around.
maybe it was a tactical loss, so it wouldn't be 9-3.
I consider that, yeah, it's a good point. Looking like a tight 5-stack towards B here. With 2 defenders on site to meet them. Interesting that they're looks like maybe a little rotation pre-round. 2 mid, just 1 on A, but with the KJ setup. And Bay Popper here, taking first contact. And 3 swinging up along here. Bay Popper finds 1. Neru gonna get vulnerable here. Has to swing out.
Just so much util on Neru.
Yeah. Neosunlight's gonna be backing up a little bit, waiting for this rotation. Flash in hand, ready to take this swing. Bay Popper goes down, gets traded out.
Spike down.
Another trade.
Last player
And that is just gonna leave Magnolia as KJ here. Waits to get spotted before shooting the eye. Interesting.
Yeah, I was about to say Vivo were really low, and then it didn't seem to matter.
Oh no, I lost 1 packet. My packet lost. So sad.
The green.
What'd you say?
The green, the internet, not great, you know.
I guess so. My precious packet. I wonder what was in there. All right, looking like 5 stack towards B. Neru with an early flash here for intel.
And here comes the rotate.
And here's the rotation. Ooh, and the double flank, perhaps? Classic and the stinger on flank. They're gonna hear this KJ turret.
Do they have anything to stop it?
No,
No.
no smokes, no nothing. Vivo's gonna push up on the site, find 2 with the stinger. Very aggressive here. Goes the attack helicopter with the updraft and the spray. Finds 3 on site, and Vape Hopper, and they're gonna clean things up, swinging around, check flank.
It's like every round that they leave, like if Vivo or Vape Hopper don't go down, they don't lose the round usually. It seems like they seem to be the ones that pretty much put the on their back so far. They're at 22 and 19 kills.
Yep. This could be an interesting round here. Just Magnolia here on site against a
5 Spectres.
5-player push. Yeah, 5 Spectres. Plenty of util here though. The KJ setup, and that's what's nice about Astra. Creaky able to support without actually being there. Vivo once again pushes up Magnolia with the judge. Finds 1, hides 2. Nice. Got a little trash talk in chat. He finally gets taken down, and Pook takes down Magnolia, but then gets traded out themselves.
I mean
It's
that.
gonna be round 5.
I mean that was honestly not a bad bonus. They had just 5 Spectres and they got 2 guns out of the defender's hands. What I find funny is that Vivo just didn't care about all the util used to like stop them from pushing on a site. He kind of just drafts on
Vivo's
site.
been going
It takes the
head
fight with
empty, run it
Magnolia.
down, dash in, updraft, smoke things off, do your thing. And I mean, it's been working out, so. Alright, looking like, once again, 5 stack towards B. Some contact here. Util out. Oh, Vape Hopper with the Phoenix ults. It's taken down on site, but gets some intel as to enemy positions. Looking like they're gonna be rotating off here, though. I know they've gotten a fair amount of util, a little bit of damage.
Are they rotating off or just checking for flank? I think Magnolia is just looking for flank.
You mean Pook?
Yeah,
Looking for
Pook,
flank?
sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe doing a little flank of his own. He's pushed up quite far here. Creaky holding this angle on doors. Catches him at a bad time, and it looks like now that they have gotten that ground, they're going to be executing onto site here. Vape Hopper going down on site. Spams through this smoke here, and finally that full rotation. Pook swings back to the team instead of pushing up on that flank. It's going to be 2v4 on site. Make that 2v3.
2v3.
Pook pretty tagged up here though, basically one shot. And right on the other side of this wall here, 10 seconds, not much time left to get the spike down. 30 health left here for Pook. They know where he is now. 5 seconds, not enough time to plant spike, gets flashed, swings out, and that's gonna be round 6. Nicely done. Like we were saying, second half, time to make something happen. And
yeah.
They've got a little bit of momentum here. It's gonna be a rough buy.
Vivo has the Blade Storm, but not everyone has a buy. It's mostly light armor and 1 stinger. No, are they? Vape Hopper is it just okay? Vape Hopper's finally gone with the Sheriff, so Sheriff, Frenzy, Guardian, Sheriff, and then the Blade Storm on attackers.
Like 5 stack towards B here.
They've
Blade Storm.
They've gone B a lot.
Yeah. B's an interesting choice too, with a bit of a lighter buy, because generally you're not as favored at long range, but with the Sheriff and the Blade Storm. Ooh, Naru finds Vivo. That Blade Storm doesn't get much utility. V4 pushed up onto site here. It's going to be a 2v4. Can they make something happen here?
Whopper and Din kind of just stuck backside.
Rifle Swan. And that's going to be round 7 for Yorde Addies. And yeah, looking like Attacker is going to be buying up here now after having saved last round. Full armor, full rifles.
No op on either side.
Yeah.
There's op money on
there
defense.
Is op money, yeah.
But they're not taking it. I mean, who would
Maybe
op?
they don't want to risk losing it.
I mean, other than either Jamie's or Magnolia, like, who would opt?
Yeah, I'm not sure. And there seem to be so many smokes and flashes that an op might not be the best bet anyway. Jamie's going to be finding Vivo up here in mid. Bay Popper finding Neo Sunlight as well. And brings it down to a 4v4. Still could go either way. Lots of util over here on A, though, if they decide to go this way. They are walking into a trap with the KJ util and the Astra Stars. It's looking like they will be heading that way, though. Spike heading up main here.
Magnolia is the only one on site, but there's so much util on A that it would be a pain.
Yeah, I'm thinking even if they're pushing 4v1 here, I'm thinking Magnolia and Creaky with the Stars can buy them enough time for the rotate. And Magnolia's going to be spotting Bay Popper. Stars are going to be going down on A. Bay Popper pushing out. The Mollies are going to go out, and there is the lockdown for Attackers going to be locking down all A site. Definitely bought them some time here for the rotate, though. Spike is going to get planted. And Attacker Killjoy goes off, and we're looking at a 4v4 retake here. And there's the Attacker, or the Defender Killjoy lockdown, as well as the Cosmic Divide. They're going to split off backside. They're going to be retaking up here. Mollies and Alarm Bot on the Spike, going to buy them a little bit of time.
And Naru did a little double take on Din.
And pretty good site control here. And Creaky's going to find Creaky Magnolia. Finding 2, and that is going to be round 8, bringing things back.
I did not think it would get
8.
this close.
That was quite the round there. A couple of ultimates invested, and yeah, and once again, economy looking a little bit tight for Attackers. Are they going to be forcing up, or are they going to be looking for a save? Looking like maybe something in between. Stingers, Sheriffs, Light Shields.
It wouldn't surprise me if Bay Popper tries to get an orb and then invests the ult this round.
But yeah, you would think they'd be buying a better gun if they're going to be investing in the ultimate, but who knows, maybe they wait for a pick and grab a gun. And looking like 3 towards the mid here, clearing out Art. Couple ready for them on B, but they're not going to be heading that way. They're going to be pinching A here. And Magnolia and Creaky backside here trying to waylay them with the util. They push up though, a couple trades. Magnolia very nice with the util. Keeps buying time for the team, prevents that spike plans. And it's gonna be a 4v4 on site here. Jamie finds
they lose
one.
bomb.
Spike goes down, as does Bay Popper, and that is just gonna leave Vivo there. And yeah, looking like the save round didn't go too well for them, but managed to get a couple frags, get a couple guns, but still pretty tight on the economy here. We'll be seeing rifles, but I don't know, could go either way. 10-9, bit of an advantage for the defenders, but they're also 1 round behind, and Attackers are able to get a mostly full buy here, missing some shields,
some armor on Bay Popper, but they do have Phoenix ult and they do have Fatal.
Maybe running it down, maybe a faster play here. Star's gonna be going down, Magnolia's gonna be falling back, trying to buy some time for the team. There is the Bay Popper ultimate. Gonna be running on the site, getting some intel, finds 1 kill, clears out backside, and Magnolia's gonna be backing up. So we're gonna at a retake here, 2v4 retake now. Spike is going to get planted. Magnolia gets tagged up. They find Magnolia. Neo Sunlight here with a bit of a flank through mid, but looking like they're going to be falling back, playing for post plants.
They've got a lot for post plan. They got a Molly on the
Yeah,
bomb,
got
they
the
got
mollies on
Nightfall.
Spike. And Spike
They're
is playing
just
so
waiting for
open
this
for them.
flash.
They're ready to swing for this. Vaporwave ready with this flash. 2v4. Neo Sunlight pops out the flash. Both teams flash. Daeon finds both of them. Nicely done. That was a tense little post plant play there.
That was a
They
very
didn't go for the spike.
disciplined
They
post
knew-
plan.
Yeah, they knew right where they were going, and worked out well for them.
No one peeking early, everyone
Yeah.
kind of just playing off of Vapopper's flash.
Looking like another 5-stack towards A. Hasn't been working out for them, but 11-9. Ooh, Jamie finds Vapopper and Vivo right at the top of the round. That's gonna be huge. Gets pretty tagged up and it doesn't manage to get the heal off on either of them, but it's gonna go back to Sky to get healed up. And looking like attackers maybe rethinking things, maybe waiting out some of this util. 3v5. And the Sky Flash is gonna reveal that somebody is still over here. Pretty gonna be throwing out the stars. Playing it
They're
slow, still
not-
a minute left.
Yeah, defenders
There
aren't.
he was gonna
okay.
be seeing them, but gets tagged through the wall.
Here come. They're looking to invest Fatal
Smoke's gonna be
here.
heading pretty down pretty soon. And
Dune pulled out the. Yep. Is he gonna go for it? He pulled out his ult, but is he?
yeah, he's thinking about it. Creaky
He's
also
thinking
has this
about
ult already, but is it worth it? That's the real question. Oh, yeah, Creaky here with the Cosmic Divide. But
Neo
might be a
Sunlight
little too
about
late.
to
They've already
right-
pushed up. Oh, that's going to be a 1v4. Who gets taken down, and that is 11-10. Very close match.
On defenders, we only have one ult available on Neo Sunlight, the KO ult, but on attackers, we got the Bladestorm, we got the Nightfall, we got the KJ ult, and we're about to get Cosmic Divide too.
Yeah, and I'm guessing we're going to be seeing most of those in this next round or two. Well, I mean, we better see most of those in this next round or
Yeah.
two.
I mean, if they're hitting A, Neo
Yeah,
Sunlight
another
can't.
5-stack A.
Yeah, Neo Sunlight can't really do much with his ult. Like if they hit A.
There's the Bladestorm.
Here's the lockdown.
Yep. And what's the play here? You just back off and wait for the 5v5 retake. Oh, Magnolia finds Vivo, pushes up into the ultimate a little bit. Ultimate goes off and nobody gets caught. Spike hasn't gone down yet. Oh, and there is the KO ultimate we were talking about, and it's going to leave us at 2v3. KO down 2v2.
Enemy remaining.
And
Magnolia
Neo
versus
Sunlight's going to be
Joya.
timed out here, and
Nice.
oh,
To run.
rest in peace, Neo Sunlight.
Aw.
Gets down, but no time for the revive post-match.
Guess he got a lot of util out of that KO ult.
That's true, yeah, and you can also, especially when you get knocked in KOL, he was looking the right direction, because you can still see when you're
Yeah,
knocked,
it's like
and
yeah,
still
it's
good
it's
for
like
call-outs, still
towards the
shows him-
ground.
Yeah,
But he was like on top of stairs, so he had pretty much
Yeah.
full view of sight. We're finally seeing a
Yeah,
play
finally
towards
some-
B.
yeah, and Neo Sunlight with a nice little knife here. Suppresses 2, knows it's not going to be the 5-man rush onto A we've been seeing. Vivo pushing up pretty hard here though, and yeah, Stingers and a Sheriff and a Classic.
They don't
Not
clear
a
back
super
side.
strong buy from attackers. Vivo's going to dash in, finds one, gets immediately traded out. 4v3, 3v3. Nice dismiss back into spawn. And Creaky's gonna find one as well. He's slowing down a little bit here. Jamie's getting lots of utility out of this Empress here. And that's gonna be 11 to 12. That's a heck of a comeback. We were at
This is the
2
first
to
time
8.
in 2 maps that they've had advantage. I mean, first time since map 1, I
Right.
think. And
You
it's
still, you
right
still
at the
think
end.
we're, you still think we're gonna see no map 4? What do you think?
I don't know. I'm not sure now.
Yeah, well, this is the last round for economy, last round for ultimates. So things might be getting a little crazy. We've got 3 ults for attackers. We're gonna be pushing up towards B, and it's only gonna be Naru there to meet them. Here's the stars, and it's gonna back off of sight. Wait for the retake. Baypopper gonna be ulting in here. Probably not gonna find much though. Nobody is on site, but that's still good information to have. Baypopper pretty much clears out sights. Joyo's gonna be planting the spike.
Defense
And
has
it's gonna-
lockdown for retake. That's very scary.
Yeah, and there's the Nightfall and the Cosmic Divide and the lockdown. 3 ultimates all on site, and it's looking like attackers are going to be backing off, but they still have util on spike, still have line of sight were not for this smoke. They know right where the spike is, though. They can still spray it down. Defenders going to be pushing up onto site. They know if they win this, it's all over for this round. One tap
There
of the
is
spike,
on the
looking like
bomb.
Magnolia gonna go
Vivo gets
meat
through
shield
two.
for him. Creaky pushing up on the spike. Now gonna get spammed through the smoke, and that's just gonna leave Neo Sunlight, and that was brutal. Just spraying things down towards the spike,
I don't-
and that's gonna bring us into overtime.
I'm just very confused by that. Vivo gets 2 through the smoke. He gets both the person defusing and the person body blocking for him.
Yep, yeah,
Guess they
and there was a
thought-
Molly there as well.
Yeah, I guess
Getting
they
burned,
thought
getting
that
shot.
guess they thought that both of them wouldn't die to the same shot.
Yeah, was that 3 or 4 died on the spike?
Yeah, around.
Unfortunate. Yeah, maybe they were hoping there would be enough distraction, enough confusion that they wouldn't be heard hitting the spike, but people spraying it down and other ideas. Alright, looking like very different play from usual here.
Yeah,
Don't
no
wanna be
crazy
too
pushes or
aggressive.
anything.
Yeah, you gotta be careful in overtime. Everyone always on a full buy. Gonna be very slow up in mid here.
Yeah, Vivo and Baypopper didn't take any early fights, and they're both playing pretty passive here. Baypopper's got his flash out. Guess he's waiting for that alarm bot to go off at B door.
Yeah, but it's looking like they might be heading towards A instead. And there's only gonna be Dayon on A. A bit of a decoy star from Creaky in mid. Very slow around here. Just 40 seconds left.
He
And
spots
they're
me
gonna
in
be
sunlight
executing
and
onto site B.
there's the
Only
rotate.
Dayon here with a 1v5. We're gonna see the rest of the defenders rotating. 1v4. Sorry, Magnolia here on the flank. Maybe you're looking to catch Joyo here. Yep, catches
Yep.
Joyo. Is going to be pushing up onto site. Baypopper and Viva are playing up together here, but Neru is going to be behind them, ready to swing. Finds Baypopper. It's going to be a 3v5. One on Spike, tapping Spike. It's going to be a difficult retake. 3v4, still doable. We got to push up into lobby here. And last one is going to be a 1v1. Vivo doesn't stick the half.
Aw,
So close.
if he had half.
I think he got the half.
Yeah, no, I mean if he got the half, then he didn't have enough time even after that.
Switching sides.
Yeah. Ooh, very close. Post plant there. Ooh. Scary. I wasn't ready for this, man.
Yeah,
Interesting. I was
I
just
did
looking at the
not.
scoreboard. That was the first detonation, like,
Yeah.
like lost to detonation.
Yeah, and Vivo's at 32 frags now. I just noticed. And now he's
Ooh,
at
Vivo
33.
takes an early peek mid. Nice. It looks like they're gonna be pushing up into art here. Maybe more of a standard play like we've seen from there. Ooh, Magnolia finds one, gets traded out. Spike is gonna be down A. Just Pook here to carry it up. Looks like they got pretty decisive control over A though. And they're just waiting for. Ooh,
Creaky.
Creaky gets a nice spray, finds a triple kill.
And there's the
Nicely done.
map. Oh
Huge
my
play by
goodness.
Creaky there. Nice spray control, nice spray
Vivo
transfer.
like barely saw Creaky, and then Creaky just re-swings.
All right, map 3 gonna be going to Yorde Addies. That means we're going to map 4. Exciting.
Yeah. I don't know about exciting. For me,
You
at
what? You
least.
don't think it's exciting?
I
What,
mean,
you wanna go
for
take
the
a nap or
viewers,
something?
yeah.
You
I
tired?
mean, kinda.
All right. Well, you can tell me. You can go take a 5-minute power nap while we go on break. Don't go anywhere. Come back for map 4. It's gonna be interesting. 2-1. Could end here. Maybe we go to map 5. I don't know. Maybe Ikabachi goes and takes a nap. But
Yeah, maybe.
we'll see. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, map 4 is Icebox.
All right, here we go. Map 4, Icebox. Anything could happen. Anything could happen.
Yeah, I haven't seen either of these teams on Icebox, so
Yeah, I don't know that I have either. This could be interesting.
I
We're gonna have.
remember during the Valorant team tryouts, um, we had a game on Icebox, and Baypopper kind of destroyed on that. So maybe he might have a similar performance. I mean, he has been doing really well this series. So
Yeah, Icebox is an interesting map. Icebox has a lot of verticality, which I feel like a lot of other maps don't on both sides and even a little bit in mid. Back when I was playing Chamber, back when Chamber was extremely broken, I would be hopping up on top of the fridge, on top of a container, and there's just a lot more angles to clear on Icebox, I feel like, than on some other maps. All right, we're heading into Agent Select here. Baypopper on the jet, locked in.
Magnolia is covering Harbor.
Harbor, that could be interesting. Harbor and Viper. I want to see Harbor and Viper.
I
Smokes
don't
all over
think
the
I've
place. Somehow I
seen
don't
a
think we
single
end up with.
Harbor. Like,
Really?
yeah, I've like barely seen Harbors. Like, they're a very rare pick.
Yeah, he has an interesting kit. The cove, like the bulletproof smoke is very interesting. It's also interesting that like all of his abilities are smokes.
Yeah,
But I mean if smoke is what you want. Oh,
yeah,
the
they
locked in with
lock the
Harbor.
Harbor, but
Interesting.
do they also go with the Viper?
That would be very surprising if they double smoke like that. Joyo on the Viper.
I mean, Viper's got a lot of post-plant util. Okay, well they
Wow.
have the Viper
Okay.
and the Harbor.
Viper and Harbor.
They just don't want.
We're not gonna be seeing anything this match. We're gonna be
Yeah,
in
they
smoke
just.
the whole time.
Yeah.
And no flashes? No flashes on either side.
No, Vivo's
Interesting.
on
I mean, there's the
Reyna.
leer. Yeah,
Yeah,
if you count the
it's a
leer. But
singular one flash.
yeah, very interesting. We got the Sovas here. Makes sense. But yeah, I didn't see the Harbor Viper combo coming. Pretty similar team comps.
Yeah, and sticking to the theme from last map, there's 2 duelists on one side and one on the other.
All right.
Whopper Jr. just really likes their duelists.
I guess so. What do you usually play on a round 1 Icebox?
As in, like
Like
2 on
what's your
2.
both who and like what's your strategy? I feel like a lot of teams just run it down A, but
Yeah, I mean, usually on defense, I'll like set up on A and then I'll just play B. Yeah, I mean, it
looking
seems
like
like
5 stack towards B long here for attackers, and it's just gonna be Joyo here to meet them. Has the smoke ready? He's gonna be pinging, giving those call outs, and we're gonna see some rotation. First contact there.
nothing
They
will be
come onto
visible.
site. Joe's gonna be putting those smokes up, dropping mollies, trying to prevent the plant by a little more time. Magnolia gonna be smoking off all the way down towards Snowman. Creaky's gonna tap the plant, and oh, James finds one through the smoke. Looks like we have a full rotation here now. 3 back towards Snowman. This harbor wall is gonna go down, and it's just gonna be a bloodbath back here. There it is. And yep, 2v3 gunfight here. Baypopper finds 1, gets traded out. James gets 2, and that is just going to leave Daeon here on site. Not gonna last long, and then it's gonna be round 1 for attackers.
They actually win pistol. This is
that smoke, that double smoke is interesting, and especially
the
often
Viper
with
wall
the,
goes down, the Harbor walls goes up. That's very annoying.
That's a long time that you can maintain control, and by the time the harbor wall's down, because harbor wall lasts a while, by the time the harbor wall's down, your Viper wall can almost go up again.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially on B site, there's a lot of open space on B site once you're trying to get up towards the plant spot, and so having a smoke can be useful. Having 2 smokes, perhaps even more useful.
The Harbor like wall thing and the Viper wall is such an annoying combo. Like you just have no info.
Yeah. Yeah, the harbor wall to begin with, it's so tall too, you can't get sight over it. Oh yeah, and see there's the cove. Oh, Magnolia doesn't quite get the plant down. And bit of a standoff here. They do manage to recover Spike, but ooh, Babe Hopper's gonna push up, find 2, gets traded out. 2v2, 2v1. Just gonna be Neo Sunlight here. Has a Bulldog, and Luke's pretty tagged up. Ooh, Joyo finds the classic kill, and it's gonna be a thrifty.
Yeah,
They
I don't. They had at least a stinger, I know, but they really didn't invest too heavily into that round.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was saying, that bulletproof smoke is very, very interesting, especially for either for planting or for post plant.
Yeah, it didn't seem to help.
Strong. Well, yeah, if you're there and you have the gunfire, you can just spray it down and break it. Is what happened there. But if you only have one person there and don't have the bullets to take it out, then it can be quite strong. And there was also a molly inside of it.
Oh, okay. What I'm finding interesting is Joyo is relatively isolated on B site a lot of these rounds, at least towards the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, well, with the smokes, and I mean, I don't know, it's been working out alright for them. The smokes buy some time, the mollies. It's looking like we're gonna be pushing up towards kitchen with just Magnolia here watching flanks, hearing Babe Hopper on site. Ooh, Diane finds a triple kill, spraying with the Vandal. Pretty tagged up, but
to be expected against 3 classics and no utility.
Yeah, that's true. Magnolia here with the Sheriff in mid, but not gonna happen. Round 2 for defenders, forced up with rifles that round. But maybe looking like an even buy here, depending on what attackers decide to do. They have the money.
Magnolia's got a Spectre though, and Jamie's has got a Guardian, but full armor across the board.
Guardian's an interesting choice with how much smoke we've been seeing.
Yeah, it seems like he's looking for. I think he's either gonna hold belt or he's gonna go for an aggro play. Yeah, he's going for something aggro.
Yeah, that harbor wall really can buy you a lot of space. It's tall enough that you can't look over it. You don't want to get caught in it because it slows you down. Gonna be grabbing the orb, be long here. Oh, Creaky finds one flank. Nicely done. Gonna be moving up onto site. Smoke's gonna be going up. Smoke's going down.
Joyo escaping in a snowman.
So much smoke, my goodness. Alright, Magnolia's gonna be planting here inside the cove. Spike gets planted, but Magnolia dies for it. Them kind of just tanked that molly sitting there. And that is gonna leave Joyo and Pook here for the retake.
Here.
There's just 4 people just looking at boss.
Yeah, they are all very close here too. This smoke, yeah, Pook swings up and gonna get taken down. Yeah, with so much smoke around, you never know how close the enemy is playing.
Yeah, even I'm having a hard time keeping up.
Alright, there's gonna be 2 rounds for each side. Still a full buy, decent economy, but looks like they might be mixing things up a little bit here. Babe Popper is gonna be joining Joyo on B here, but it's looking like attackers might be mixing things up too, lining up towards A perhaps.
Yeah, they set up the Viper wall B.
Yeah, we have the decoy Viper wall on B. We have the bot watching flank.
Vivo spots them out.
Been pushing up though, yeah. Pook's gonna be taking down that bot mid, and no more intel on flank for them.
They're all kind of just in a
running in. Oh, there's the lockdown, as well as the harbor wall. He is gonna find Hunter. Oh, there's the Hunter Fury. Friendly fire on the Hunter's Fury. Lockdown gets destroyed just in time. Nobody gets detained. Spike's gonna go down, but attackers have pretty decent site control here. Smokes are gonna go up. Pook swinging out. This is just chaos. All this smoke changing the angles, changing where the peaks are. And it's going to be a 2v3 retake. Baypower still
2v2.
here on site. 2v2. Joyo and Baypopper here. Oh, the Blade Storm comes out. 1v1. Joyo is going to be zipping up into Nest.
Making a lot of noise.
Yeah, Magnolia's going to hear him though. That Molly bounce didn't quite end up in the right spot either. Alrighty, then it's going to be 2 to 3 defenders. Still a decent buy, but it's going to be a problem if they can't make something happen this round. So they're forcing up as much as they can. It's looking like we're going to be getting a tactical pause here. Not quite sure what's going on, but looking like it might be a technical issue for one of the players. Everybody's still connected, but looking like we might be waiting a sec. All right, looking like we're gonna get back into it. All right, here we go. Looking like pretty similar setup to
B.
last round, but yeah, with the third this time. Pook and the KJ util here, yeah.
Vivo is pushed through a main. He
Oh,
knows.
here's the Harbor ultimate. Forces some movement. Jamie's swings out on Baypopper. And
It's just Vivo
yeah,
and
it's gonna be a 2v4 retake in there, and
Spike planted.
not super close to sight. They're gonna try to be regrouping here.
Dan is.
Vivo
I think
has the-
Dan's. I think they're going to save
They're
this.
saving.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Vivo has the Empress here, but I don't think it's worth using it at this point.
Yeah.
Yep, looking like a save here. Dayan all the way back in spawn. Vivo here in tube. And all 4 attackers still over in B long. Look like they're gonna start moving back, making sure they don't get taken out by the spike. And yeah, Vivo and Dayan not even looking for the exit frags.
That was a very interesting round. They had 3 on
Yeah.
B, but they still can hold it.
Yeah, and then
Guess
they
the
decide to
Harbor ult was too
save.
good.
Yeah, Harbor ult's interesting. It does cover quite a bit of area and forces. Well, it doesn't necessarily force movement. You can just tank it, but once you do, you're very vulnerable. I feel like it lasts pretty long as well. And yeah, and you know, maybe saving probably was the right decision there, because as I was saying at the beginning of last round, money's quite tight. They wouldn't have had a buy this one. They were buying their teammates this round, so as long as they can make it this round, I think it was worth it. Looking like a slow push up onto A.
Dan might be muting Neo Sunlight here.
And they're gonna be executing onto A. Smokes are gonna be going up. Oh, and there's the Viper's Pit. Interesting. Is this Spike gonna be going down? Spike is on top of the crate. Unfortunate.
Who's gonna pick it up?
Yeah, I think you can jump and grab it, but this Viper's Pit changing things up. He's gonna find 2 in the Viper's Pit.
Baypopper and
planting.
Magnolia.
Baypopper with the classic against Magnolia. 2v2 into the Viper's Pit, and Dayan gonna be droning into the Viper's Pit, and oh, Creaky gets a nice shot on to Dayan. Baypopper's gonna take him down, and Neo Sunlight with a nice little angle on Baypopper.
Yep, Neo Sunlight's had a lot of success in these 1v1s, like this
Yeah.
series.
Yeah, and that Viper's Pit was huge there. Stopped the momentum and isolated the 1v1s. Was able to take out a couple.
I don't understand how the bombs ended up on top of 410.
Yeah, I'm
Did
not
you catch
sure
that?
who dropped that. I think they were on the zip line. And normally when you're up on top of something and drop the spike, it bounces down. But since that is still an accessible spot to
Accessible,
any
yeah.
agent, I'm thinking it doesn't bounce off of there. But yeah, that was unfortunate. I kind of messed him up for a little bit. Oh, Vivo now with that Empress. 5 stack towards B long. Ooh, Vivo finds 1, but might not be making it out of this. Finds 2, goes invisible with a dismiss. Jamie's pushing up, finds 3. Vivo looking at Creaky now here. Knows right where he is. Sprays him down through the box. Finds a
Solid
4th
4K.
kill. Solid
That's a
Empress.
thrifty. He invested in that round.
Yeah.
Did he even have armor?
I'm not sure, but I mean, you don't really need it after you get that you get
Yeah.
that first kill. You can get that overheal.
Yeah, I think he may have just bought a Vandal and no armor, but I could
Yep,
be
he
wrong.
waited for the first pick and then overhealed off of it and then used the Empress.
That Viper wall has gone across B, I think, almost every round.
Yeah, I mean it's a solid decoy.
Yeah.
And looking like they're gonna be heading towards A though.
Popper is
Popper up
opping.
here with the op, jumping around, hasn't managed to find anything though. And there is the lockdown, gonna clear out all of A site. And nothing really to counter it.
They've got their own lockdown, but it's kind of... I don't
Spike's
think
gonna
they'll
get
be
planted
using
up in
it.
Nest. That's gonna be a difficult defuse because it's so visible unless we can get some
They've got
smokes
Hunter
on it.
Fury as well. For post plant.
Oh, Baypower's gonna find Creaky with the op. Gonna jump up onto screens. That's a very exposed plant spot. Baypopper's gonna smoke it, but Hunter Fury's gonna come out to counter the defuse. Baypower re-smokes. You're gonna be able to get at least a half before the smoke goes down. And Spike is aft. Nicely done. That was a nice little retake there. A lot of util. And making
They
the
still
best
have
out of,
ults to work with.
Yeah.
They didn't invest the lockdown. Nor the Viper's, the Viper's Pit either. So they still have a lot to work with.
And
Press
now
on.
at 4v5. Could go either way. They're going to be mixing things up here. Baypopper's going to hop up on top of the crate with the operator. Looking like a split push through mid and B. There's the Viper wall we've been seeing every round. There's the Harp wall. There's the early Viper's Pit on A just to discourage that.
They
like
now know
attackers
they got the out.
regrouping mid now that they know where that Viper's Pit is. Recon onto A and B. Sneaking up tube. It's going to be 4 in tube with Neo Sunlight here watching the flank. One gets tagged by the drone. Pook's turret gets taken out. You can know something is up. Ooh, Baypower spots one in the kitchen. Gets taken down. That does not find anything with that. Vivo kind of trapped back sight here. Harbor Smoke's going to go up. Spike's going to be going down. And he's going to be waiting for teammates for this retake here. 3v2 retake. Pretty good positioning, though. They're kind of got him on all sides. Joyo finds one, gets traded out. Dayon looking for Jamie's here. One on each side.
They have like an idea, and now they have the rest. They like knew around where he was, but they didn't know exactly where.
Yeah. Yeah, especially once you have so much, once it's so late in the round, they've had so much time. It's hard to tell where where people are, because like early in the round, you can like there's only so many places they can be. Well, once you give them time, they can kind of be anywhere. It's looking like another B setup here.
They only got Vivo on B rather than Joyo, which is interesting.
Yeah. Oh, there's the
He's in a
Bladestorm. Here's the
spot.
Bladestorm. Hops up on top of the crate. Vivo, maybe trying to make it out of here before things go down. Oh, okay. Finds one. Nice. Dismisses out. Jamie's aggresses. Pushes up. Misses the right click with the Bladestorm, though. And gets taken down. Bay Popper here on site trying to prevent this plan. Also has their own Bladestorm. Spike's gonna go down. Bay Popper gonna swing out wide. Finds one. Joyo finds two. And wow, that went.
That was
quickly.
quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know where to look.
Yeah, things happened so quickly there once they started planning the spike. Everybody
Yeah.
got taken out. All right, that's gonna be 6-5. Last round in the half. Last round to
Very
spend your money.
tight
Last round to
match.
use your ultimates. Another Empress ready. Another lockdown ready. Bladestorm.
Yeah, the only yeah, they're pretty close to Hunter's Fury. Dan he's 2 off.
Yeah, 2
they
off
have
of the
3 else
Viper's
to work.
Pit, 2 off of the any. I think could happen. It could be looking to get some extra ultimates ready here. Might be going for the orb. We're gonna see the Bladestorm from Bay Popper in defense. 5 stack towards B, rushing up B. Reckoning is gonna be used on B. Nobody there really to get hit by it though. Smoke's gonna go up.
Lockdown's
Through
about
the
to go
smoke
down.
on both sides. Spike's starting to get planted. They've been picking some slightly off meta plant spots though, just to make sure they don't get spammed through the smoke. So right at the corner there, not quite default, but trying to clear out the mollies there. And defender Killjoy is not going to find anybody with that lockdown. Pook's going to stick half. Joyo's going to be pushing up, making sure nobody's playing post plant here.
One enemy remaining.
Ooh, Creaky finds 2. Creaky very low here. And there's another lockdown. Why not? Last round. And Vivo, nicely done.
If he managed to not kill that lockdown, it would have been quite
finds
silly.
2 kills. Was it 3? And then takes out the lockdown, and then goes up to Spike. Waits a little bit, you know, just for style points, and then finishes the half defuse. Yeah, if they hadn't gotten the half defuse there, if they hadn't gotten the lockdown, could have ended very differently. All right, here we go. Second half, time to turn things around. Looking like maybe an A hit here. I'm interested to see how the smokes play out on opposite sides.
Yeah, on defense.
On B, it was a lot of Harbor and Viper walls across B, but on defense, maybe they save them for later in the round, or maybe they wall across both sites, or all kinds of options. Some early intel on A. Silva Recon's gonna scan 2 of them. Yep, like I was saying, there's the Harbor wall across the site. They thought we're gonna be dashing into site. Finds 1, finds 2. Dashes back out.
The site's clear now.
And plant is going to go down. It's going to be a 2v4 retake from screens. Could be difficult here. Very disciplined post plant. Playing back. Spots 1 behind the box. Naru finds a Joyo. The Recon Heaven. It's going to bring it to 2v3. Bay Popper finds Naru on site. Swings on Creaky. Creaky now 1 shot. Bay Popper finds the 4th kill and takes down Creaky for round number 8. 8 to 5. And what's the move for defenders here? They're gonna be forcing up and maybe playing close angles,
think,
or
yeah, I
maybe
think they're
saving for the next
gonna.
round. I'm seeing a shorty
I
and a
think they're
sheriff.
gonna play really close on A. Doesn't really seem. Yeah, they only got one player towards B, and the rest are pretty close on A.
All right, once again we have the recon bolts on both sides. Get either nothing or get destroyed.
Jamie
And
says the Marshall. I just realized.
yeah, Marshall's up in nest, but doesn't find much. And smokes all over site now. 3 different smoke walls.
Magnolia
Gonna
gets
take
one.
the orb. Magnolia finds one with a shorty. And they're gonna be pushing up into backside, and that is just gonna leave Naru exposed out here with the classic against Spectres.
All kills were around the A site area. That's pretty pretty nuts.
Yeah, there was a pretty heavy stack towards A from both teams at the beginning there, and then a pretty quick rotation as well. A lot of util went down on A, pretty heavily invested all of those walls from both teams. And it's looking like it's going to be another A hit, but defenders aren't going to be as stacked towards that side. So might be a more difficult retake. It looks like they have the Viper wall there. Here comes the Blade Storm.
Yep. Baypopper plop.
Baypopper on the
Baypopper
Blade Storm gets
pops
scanned
the
though. Looking like they'll be rotating. Defenders rotating relatively quickly here. Here's some finds Revo, and oh, Jamie's up on the screens, finds a nice angle on Baypopper, who is not going to get very much utility at all out of that Blade Storm. Just Dan and Joyo here. Joyo all the way in mid though. Dan just here solo with the Spectre and the Spike, and it's going to get pushed by all 3 of them here, pushed up on the flank as well, and it's going to be round 9. What do you think about map 5?
It's definitely possible.
It is definitely possible, especially after that comeback last round.
Yeah. Lots of Valorant. Maybe a bit too much.
Maybe a little much for that. I'm wondering how the players are feeling about this much Valorant, because
Yeah, it's been a
They'll certainly
while.
get
They've been
tired,
playing
yeah.
since 5. It's been almost 3 hours.
Yep. Alright, looking like heading towards B again. Oh, Jamie's up here on the crate, finds Baypopper early round first frag, but is he gonna make it out of there? Yep, dashes out. And Magnolia's gonna swing out on Vivo here. And look like they're considering a rotation after having lost 2 on B. Remaining 3 are gonna be heading towards A. Are they gonna have the read on it though? It looks like Neo Sunlight's pushed up far enough that he would have been hearing that. Joe's gonna be putting that Viper wall down on A, and they're gonna know it's a rotation. Drone's gonna go into A. Creaky here on site alone, waiting for allies to rotate. Puts the smokes up. Recon scans back site, finds Creaky. Dan finds Neo, but Creaky trades them out, and that is just going to leave Pook here. Swings out, but gets tapped by Creaky.
Their
And
eco is not great.
yeah, I was just looking at that myself. Yeah, attacker eco not looking as good this round. Sheriffs and a Stinger, perhaps, and no Blade Storm either. No meaningful ultimates. Right? I mean, could make something work here with the lockdown if they get into position, but not very many ultimates online. Certainly no weapon substitute ultimates.
Yeah, I've been also like I've noticed a lot more phantoms on this map versus Pearl.
Yeah,
think.
especially with all the smokes going up, having your bullet tracers hidden through smokes can be useful, and it also having so much smoke also means your engagements are often likely to be closer range. So spraying through smokes, and also
Like that.
Magnolia finds 2 dropping out of heaven here. And Oh, there goes Dayan. Not looking like a great eco round. That's just gonna leave Joyo here, get taken out by the shock dart. And they only find 1 kill during that eco.
Okay,
They are still
well,
up by 1 round. They can afford to buy this round.
Jamie's
Jamie's
gets
with
the
the
op.
operator. Let's see, where is he going to be playing? Playing up on top of the fridge there. With a nice little angle over the middle of A site.
Do they read this? I feel like Jamie's has played a lot of like strange angles this half.
Yeah, this
So
isn't that strange of an angle,
yeah,
and with an
like
op
very
especially, and they
aggro.
know they have op type money. And oh, Vivo. Huh. Yeah, looks like they didn't quite have the read on it, but Vivo managed to evade the angle anyway.
And now
pushed
he's at
that pass,
2
and
health.
2 health. he was in the decay there, and he was at 1 health, and then I was like, oh, he'll be fine. And then he comes back, and it's just 2. All right, Joyo's gonna be planting the spike. There goes the lockdown, as well as the reckoning. Gonna be clearing out site, keep people moving around, moving off of site. Jamie's still looking for peaks here. 2 HP with the operator.
No fear.
And Naru's gonna be tapping spike and baiting out that Hunter's Fury. And ooh, Babe Hopper finds 2 swinging out of Nest. Spike is half, but it's just gonna be Neo Sunlight here against 4, and it's gonna be round 10. And
Amazing.
probably a good thing for them too, because they would have not had much of a buy had they lost that round. But it's looking like back to a full buy for both sides. Looking like Jamie's gonna be pulling out the Blade Storm, heavy shields,
5
and a
Vandals
classic.
versus 4 Phantoms and...
Yeah.
Oh, wait, 4 Phantoms and a Vandal versus 5 Vandals. That's very interesting.
Are you more of a Phantom or a Vandal type of guy?
It depends. If I can't aim, I'll use the Phantom, but
That's valid.
it depends on the day. But
There's
Jamie's taking
contact
this fight.
mid. And looking like site's pretty much going to be cleared out. Joyo's going to be planting up in Nest. Ooh, very exposed plant,
wallbang.
but gets taken down by the Molly. Topper, Blade Storm now online after getting that ult point from planting. Looking like Attacker's going to fall back off of site though, knowing that they have a very secure plant spot, very easy to defend. The Empress, we have the lockdown, and Attacker's just waiting out this lockdown.
That plant spot on top is very
Ooh,
exposed.
some very nice scans. The Cove gets taken down. They're gonna spraying onto Spike Day and finds Jamie's with the shock dart. Magnolia gonna hop up next. Gets taken down immediately. Baypower finds Creaky, and that is just gonna leave Naru here. No time to defuse. That is round 11.
Last player standing.
Rip Baypopper.
Yeah, I mean, he's got money. He can
Yeah,
rebuy.
Unlike the defenders though, looking like
Yeah.
tight buy on the defenders, and yeah, you kind of have to be full buying at this point. Round 11, not worth the risk.
Yeah, Creaky doesn't have mollies either. He's got full armor, no mollies.
Have they been doing? It seems like they haven't been doing lineups for post plant. They've mostly
Yeah,
just been
I
doing
haven't. Yeah,
an exposed plant that's easy to take down.
yeah.
Seems like both teams have been going for more of a open plant style as opposed to lineups. Oh, Vivo finds 1, dismisses up a little too far, gets traded by Neo Sunlight. Creaky sprays down Baypopper through the smoke after hearing that dash, and then there's going to be 3 attackers left on A, deciding whether or not to attack this. Smokes go down.
And Joyo has the Viper's Pit.
Ooh, Joyo finds Creaky and Hal. Oh, here is the Viper's Pit, just like you were saying. Oh, Joyo with 3 health in the Viper's Pit. 1v2, hasn't planted the spike yet. Gotta make sure they can get back into this Viper's Pit, or else it's gonna be going down. Viper's Pit goes down. And Spike is still in Joyo's hands. 3 health left. Harbor Wall's gonna split sight. Joyo's gonna hear that reload. And it's gonna be playing towards Hell. Maybe waiting
30
for
seconds left.
that wall to go down. Maybe waiting
Taps the
for
ball.
their gas to go back up. Taps the spike, gives away their position, but still hasn't planted. Just 20 seconds left. Goes back over towards default. Naru's gonna be pushing up the stairs here.
Spike planted.
They do manage to get Spike down, but nope, Naru's gonna swing out. And
Not much you can do with
3
3 health.
Yeah, not a whole lot you can do. Even with even getting hit by wallbangs is a death sentence. So, all right, 11-9. Eco's getting tighter for attackers.
Evo's on the stinger. I'm interested as to where he's taking that. Never mind. He
Looks like he got a
bought a
buy.
vandal. Oh,
Yeah.
Bay Popper got the stinger. He's got his ult though. So
Yeah, and Defender Bladestorm is also ready. All kinds of ultimates ready. Last time we were in this position, we saw Viper's Pit at the top of the round just to get rid of a site. Yep, and there it is, Viper's Pit on A. Bay Popper jumping around, looking for a pick with this Bladestorm. Jamie's mid with the Bladestorm. Swings on Pook. Gets a kill and a gun.
Bay Popper on top of 410 gets Nerd.
Finds Naru, and the spike's gonna go down at, I guess this is the new default, and Neo Sunlight's gonna be trying to counter that with the Hunter's Fury and finds Joyo.
They get the bomb down though.
Bomb does go down, but yeah, lost one in the process. Jamie still has a full Bladestorm here, as does Bay Popper's got 4 knives left.
Magnolia's flanking the flank. Evo's in nest here.
Yeah, Magnolia is gonna find 1, maybe 2. Yep, nicely done, Magnolia. Solid flank, great timing. And New Sunlight's gonna take this defuse, and he's gonna pass it off to Magnolia for the ultimate, because they know at this point there's no time to get the remaining 7 points for Neo Sunlight's Hunter's Fury, but Magnolia's Reckoning is only 1 point off here at 11-10.
They're forcing this round. Bay Popper's got a Vandal light armor. Oh, well, Stinger light armor now. Vivo's just got a Vandal, no armor. he's done that a couple of times.
Not much money. Yeah, without the Empress though, I feel like it's not as worthwhile. But yeah, if you can get a pick and overheal, then it's almost not worth having armor. It makes more sense to have a rifle.
Yeah, he's confident though.
Bay Popper gonna be dashing up into mid here past this bot. Start's gonna go down. Let's get split push through B and mid. Pretty slow though. It can't be afford to be making any mistakes here. And they grabbed Orb long, so they know that they're there. Bay Popper is gonna get taken down on top of 2. Vivo gonna be pushing out here. Double Leer finds Jamie's overheals, like we were saying, now at 150. 2 points off of the Empress, but in a 1v4 situation. Takes some damage, but it all goes into that overheal. So still full 100 health. Spike is down. And Vivo catches Magnolia with the smokes out, but
almost gets freaky there.
Out. Yeah, that was close. All right, 11-11. 2 more rounds for either side. And well, in one case it's over, in the other case we're going map 5.
Yeah.
And looking like now everybody's affording a full buy. KJ set up on A. Quite the stack towards A. Turret to check things out mid, and
yeah, it's just Magnolia towards B.
Recon darts and Sova drones on A. Some early intel. Yeah, Magnolia solo on B. Just making sure it's not a decoy play. But yeah, all 5 attackers are going to be pushed up into pipes here. And there's the lockdown. Going to clear out pretty much all of A site. Lots of util going down, but no kills yet.
The Reckoning's coming in.
Yep, and there is the Reckoning spike. Still not planted. Interesting. Despite the clearing out from the lockdown. And that's the end of the Reckoning. First frag is Baypopper. And still a 4v4 on site here. Looking like defenders might be expecting a rotation.
Yeah, Magnolia's all the way on B again. After popping
and
the Reckoning, he
Naru's-
just runs back B.
And Naru's still watching mid. So if they choose to push site here, it's going to be a pretty even fight. Looking like Naru rotating back though, swings on Daeun. And it's going to be a 2v3 on site. Spike's going to be going down default, there's 10 seconds left.
Magnolia's on the flank.
Here. Are they going to be expecting this? It doesn't matter. New Sunlight finds 2 and that's 11-12.
Yeah, map point.
Alright, here's the last round for Ultimates and Eco.
Match point.
Freaky probably looking to get this Viper's Pet online. Looking like we're going to be taking a timeout to strategize. Understandably so. So
Yeah. They've
getting
got...
very close.
Yeah, they do not have a lot to work with here. I mean, they have the Viper's Pit and they have the Hunter's Fury, but they don't really have an eco.
Yeah, I mean, looks like they're getting rifles and light shields. It's possible. It's doable. Everyone can afford a Vandal and light shields should they choose to do so. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, light armor against the Phantoms?
That's
it's-
true. Yeah, if you're in long range fights against Phantoms, you're not going down to.
Yeah, especially considering
with
that
heavy shields.
everyone on Yorde Addies has been buying a Phantom. I mean, other than Jamie's.
Yeah.
He's usually getting a Vandal. So,
Can't afford
very-
it this round though. So well, actually, and he'll get
Yeah.
a buy.
yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, yeah, Thane's gonna opt for the Spectre and heavy shields, but everyone else going Vandal and light shields.
We're getting another pause. Oh.
Oh, it's like yeah, we paused for James to go to the bathroom, but James is now back and we're back in action. And here I was thinking it was a strategic timeout, but
Yeah. It's just
Alright, match
Magnolia
timer
towards
is
B.
ticking down again. Yeah, just Magnolia here, but looks like they won't be heading that way anyway.
Okay, well,
Interesting
there is their
position for Baypopper here. Maybe expecting a flank, camping a corner. Not quite sure what's happening. An op up on screens with Jamie's here. Looking
Vivo's
towards belt.
slowly
Yeah,
working
everybody
his way
playing
up.
very slowly. Can't be making any mistakes.
The op is going back down.
Looking like attackers might be considering rotation. It's not too late. Oh, Jamie spots Joyo and finds the wallbang kill in Nest. Very nice with the operator. And a 4v4 on site. Operator goes down. Vivo finds 1 and dismisses out. Popper gonna
Okay.
dash in, take round Nest here. Creaky's gonna find Vivo though. And we're down to a 2v2 on site. Low health for just about everybody.
Other
Defender
than Magnolia.
lockdown is gonna clear things out. And Magnolia and Naru gonna be pushing up towards Spike. Can they counter
they-
this? Can they get there in time? Gets half. Are they sticking it?
Player standing.
Baypopper spamming through the
Oh
smoke,
my
but misses
goodness.
the spam, and that is your map 4.
Guess we're going to map 5.
Oh my goodness. Map 5 coming up in a second here. That was quite close.
Yeah,
Map 5, my...
scoreboard's a lot more even than last map.
Yeah. All right. Well, oh boy, we're taking
Yeah.
a couple minute break here and then
Yeah.
heading into map 5, and it's just a lot of Valorant. That's all I have to say.
Yeah,
Nothing
maybe a
wrong with
bit
that. It's
too
been some
much.
great Valorant. But,
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, looking like we're... All right, here we go. Map 5, Fracture. Gonna go into Agent Select here. I was just looking at some stats over the break, and people are good on this map. Some
Yeah.
people have win rates as high as like 70 or 80% on this map, but it's on both sides, so could go either way.
Yeah, we're probably gonna see the breach on both sides. Probably the brim on both sides. I didn't know until recently that the Viper isn't very popular in North America on this map. I was under the impression that
Interesting.
that Viper was, but apparently the meta's brim for
Huh.
smokes.
Yeah, well, I
Um,
mean, you can't smoke both sites as Viper on this map,
yeah,
and that might be a big part of it. And especially there being just the layout of the map, it being like a figure eight. Like you kind of want to be able to smoke both sides so that you can avoid being flanked.
yeah.
And yeah, having
Yeah,
just a single smoke. Well, I guess you have two smokes as Viper, but having a wall and an orb maybe a little bit less versatile. And also, I feel like a lot of the many of the openings on this map are a little bit wider than is beneficial for the orb. So yeah, having a nice big brim smoke maybe, and also the brim ultimate I feel like is another
especially with
factor
the
as
breach
well.
ult.
Yeah, the breach brim ult combo is quite strong, and just the layout of the sites and where the bomb tends to get planted means that if you get trapped in a brim ult, it can really mess you up. All right,
Looks
looking
like
like a split. I mean, I expect lots of split push.
yeah, on B.
It being fracture, that's kind of the point of the map, being attacking from both sides, pinching defenders on whichever side you pick. And it's looking like all five pushing up onto B with two defenders here to meet them. Geo finds Magnolia, frags on both sides of Neoson like it's traded out. Spike is going to go down, and it's going to be a 2v4 retake. Yuki here with the classic. Spots one out heaven. Jamie's with a double swing. Nice. Swings onto Vivo. A little bit of util left here, but Creaky
He's
only
got the
take
molly.
one more shot before he is lethal.
One
And
enemy
finds
remaining.
one heaven. Bay Power's going to find the headshot on Creaky as well as shot on Jamie's. And that's going to be round one for attackers.
I think this is the first map of the series that Baypopper hasn't been on Duelist.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's on Breach this time around.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm not sure who else would you have put on Breach? I'm not sure. It's interesting to see Joyo on Brim as well.
Yeah. I mean, he's been playing smokes, right?
Yeah, but just being, yeah, especially after the last couple of maps being so aggressive with those pushes, and now it's it's a little more difficult to be aggressive as Brim. All right, looking like a 5-stack rush up A main, and for some reason, no defenders on site here. 2 are going to be in drop, but it's smoked off. 3 still on B as the spike goes down.
Bomb goes down with not a single ton of damage on. Well, Joyo's
Yeah.
been tagged up a little bit, but
Yeah, Creaky and Aru up here, waiting for this execute, take down the sentry turret, waiting for the rotate. Baypopper finds 2 with the Spectre, catches them on flank. Useless kind of classic Vivo, and util all
Baypopper
over the
is
place,
ace.
and Baypopper somehow comes out of that with an ace.
the chat's hidden on stream, but a well-deserved sheesh in the chat.
Yeah, quite a few assists though, and yeah, good game sense, good timing there with checking the flank, finding the 2 on the flank, and utility usage finds the 3rd, and now we're gonna be heading into round 3. I'm seeing a Bucky, I'm seeing a Bulldog, some Spectres. The Bucky is an interesting choice for Vivo, but yeah, just dashing in there and bucking somebody. Yep, dashes into heaven. Oh, Jamie's is concussed, but still takes him down with the judge.
Judge is better than the Bucky, you know?
And you only really need one shot, so if you're...
Wait,
that's
Baypopper's
not
got his
necessarily a
ult.
huge deal.
Baypopper's
Baypopper
looking
gonna
to
be
use it,
clearing
I
out
think.
Heaven. Oh,
No, he
Jamie's the
can't.
jump shot finds 2 more with the judge. My goodness. And 3 attackers remaining. 2 attackers remaining, sorry, here. And in arcade here. Not sure what the plan is. Joey's gonna be smoking off Heaven once again. I think that's just fine for Jamie. He's gonna be spamming here with the judge. Creaky's gonna swing up behind Pook, and Jamie's gets a 4K, satcheling out of Heaven.
He's got his ult now.
Yeah. How do you feel about the judge? Are you a judge enjoyer?
I can't seem to use it, but everyone else knows how to. I simply lack the aggression in order to make it work.
Interesting. Yeah, I feel like you have to be playing the right agent with it as well.
Yeah.
So. Alright, looking like 5 towards tree here. New Sunlight knife is gonna get destroyed, so they're not gonna have definite intel, but they know something's coming. The alarm bot gets triggered, Eye gets thrown up onto site, and Vivo is gonna find a headshot on Neo Sunlight. Spike's gonna be going down pretty early, pretty good control of site here. 4v5 retake from mid. Look like they're gonna be backing off and playing the post plant. A nice
Dane is alone.
Yeah, Dan sitting on site trying to defend the spike, but pretty exposed plan here. So after these smokes go down, they'll have direct line of sight to the spike.
Jamie's popped his ult, and he didn't get it off.
Oh. Some little post plant on the spike here. Concussed on the spike. Magnolia is going to go down. Just Naru left here. 1v3. 2 of them
think he's
tagged
gonna
up pretty
save.
good, but it's looking like he's going to go save. And then it's going to be
He's
1 to 3. And
Yeah, attackers
Have you
have 3 ults. I mean, well, 2, and Joyo's off 1 from his Burmult, but what were you saying, sorry?
Oh, have you ever gotten a kill or been killed through the, the wallbang spots in spawn? I was just thinking because like there were 3 of them in spawn, and he retreated up to towards a rope there, and there's a wallbang spot there. At least there used to be. I'm not sure if it got patched
I've
down.
never actually. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's there, but I've never actually died through that.
Yeah, it's a pretty stupid spot. All right, looking like 5 attackers hanging out in spawn here. Playing slowly. Magnolia's gonna take first contact. And it's looking like they're gonna see some rotation here.
I'm just wondering.
Blade Storm, but
Yeah.
has
I'm
a
just
full buy
wondering
this round, so
when
probably not
is
gonna happen.
Baypopper gonna use his ult? Like I keep. Oh, he seems to be using it.
Alright.
No, never mind.
Smoke's
Like-
down outside. Maybe saving it for a retake or a post.
I mean, yeah, they've already got bomb down.
Ooh, yeah, bomb goes down. Baypopper's gonna find 2 swinging out. And
It's just Jamie's and Neo Sunlight.
for retake. Jamie's clears some space out with this nade. Well placed nade.
He gets-
Nicely done.
Gets Vivo post mortem.
Yeah.
Yeah, the interesting scoreboard. Like no ults on one side, almost 4 on the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baypopper just every time he's like, I think he's gonna use his ult, he just doesn't.
Looked like 5 sheriffs with light shields from defenders. It's an interesting buy.
Yeah, they're
Give it
playing
here
really
with
aggro.
The Blade Storm stimmed up a main.
Yeah, they.
They're clearing this out real quick, and they're going to be taking very decisive control over A.
Yeah, they gambled
those
really
angles.
hard on that
And-
defense push, but
Yeah.
they gambled wrong.
Yeah, and 2 of them up in drop here, waiting for the smoke to clear. 2 going flank, and 1 coming from spawn. Pook has the mollies on spike for the post plant, as well as this turret watching flank.
Yeah,
And
they seem to
Magnolia's
have
gonna
a
be
read on
peeking
this flank.
into this flank, yeah. And Magnolia doesn't clear the corner. Pook takes down Magnolia, and that's gonna leave just Naru there. Naru's gonna get taken down, as does Creaky and Jamie's, and leaving just Neo Sunlight here with the Sheriff trying to make something happen.
And
Not
Vivo uses his own shark.
Popper just saving this ult for the right moment, I guess.
Yeah.
Hasn't really needed it yet, to be fair. It's
Yeah.
been working out pretty well without it.
Well, we're about to see 5 ults on the side of the defenders. Have they used any ults? They've used the showstopper that one round, but they didn't get to actually use it.
It looked like a split push, 3 towards B with the spike, 2 camping main, waiting for a flank maybe. You're gonna hear Naru taking steps up by rope. Jamie's hiding behind the boxes here in arcade. There's the lockdown coming out from underneath Beast Tight.
But here comes
Oh,
the
and there's the orbital laser takes down the Killjoy ultimate. It's a good way to
Pook's
deal with
about
that
to meet
underground.
Jamie's here.
Yeah, looking like attackers are going to be rotating pretty
Oh.
quickly off here. Pook taking a little bit of contact. Vivo takes down Naru on site, and they've got pretty good control over A here. 4v5 retake. All 4 of them stacked up towards mid. And looking like attackers are going to be heading back towards main. They're going to be hearing these defenders coming out. Daeun finds 2. It's taken down. And attackers find a 6th round.
What's funny to me is that like both this map and the last map, Icebox, both teams have had like there's been like either 5 Vandals or 5 Phantoms on one team, and then there's either 4 Vandals or 4 Phantoms on one team, and then one person who's using the wrong gun. Like here we have
wrong gun.
yeah, we got 4 Vandals on the attacker side of this map, but we got 1 Phantom on the attacker side as well.
Alright, looking like playing pretty slow here in spawn. Waiting for
They're-
contact.
Yeah, they're just I feel like they're waiting for
For the
aggro.
flank. Yeah.
They're expecting an aggro play, but they're not getting one. But I wonder if they expect Jamie's here in tunnels.
We got some usual coming out through a main. Oh, Baypopper thinking about this ultimate.
Will he use
We'll
it?
probably be hitting 3, maybe 4 with it. It's concussed though. There's the Fade ultimate comes through. Baypopper's still saving this.
Yeah, he will not use it. Unless
Unless Sunlight
he
here
needs
with a
to.
Sheriff on site. Ultimate of his own to work with, but probably not worth using at this point.
They're
Oh,
chasing
gosh.
him.
So much util. Ends up getting shortied by flashed and blind and deafened in smoke and yep.
Just a lot. Just a lot of things. Will Baypopper use his ult this round? Let's see.
Maybe. I mean, it's getting to the point in the half where if you don't use it now, you're not going to be getting it back. So
Yeah.
if he
I
doesn't
wonder
use
if
it this
he's-
round, he may as well just save it.
Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna combo with Joyo.
Yeah.
Seems like a play on a B.
Looking like B. Yep. 5v2 on site. Defenders haven't rotated yet. Magnolia's gonna get concussed in heaven. V was gonna swing on it. Oh, Magnolia finds 1 but gets traded out. Pretty impressive considering the concussion. And Slight is oh, yep, there it is. There's the
Not from Baypopper though.
not from Baypopper though. Yeah, Rolling Thunder and the suppression from Neo Sunlight finds 1, finds 2. Nice little retake here. And that is just going to leave Bay Popper here. It's double swung. And now a second round for the attackers.
He's had this ult since either
Like
second or
round
third
3 or 4?
round.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to use it, but it's just bugging me. Like when Naru used his, I thought he would mirror
He would
it
use
with
it back
his
on him
own.
just to counter it, yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't want me to be right.
Feeling another B hit. 2 defenders on B once again.
I just noticed Magnolia doesn't have armor. He has a Phantom, but no armor. He could have bought armor, but he doesn't have any.
Interesting. That is interesting. Yeah, I mean, maybe he just wants to make sure he can afford to buy next round. Bay Popper and Jamie's made contact here on the flank. And 4 defenders are going to be trying to retake from mid.
This is a nice stun
Just
that Bay
spraying through the
Popper has
smoke.
lined
Oh,
up.
goodness. Yeah, I was just looking at that as well. Bay Popper right underneath all 4 of them. If only he would use his ultimate. He could hit all of them. And there is the Hellfire coming down to cancel the lockdown. Joey swings out to cover Bay Popper. Nicely done. 2v5 retake. It's going to be difficult. Magnolia was 1 shot, gets taken down. It's just going to be Neo Sunlight coming out of Canteen, but not going to happen.
No breach.
I am going to be a little upset if Bay Popper doesn't use this ult at all this half.
He's gonna wait until the last round of the half.
Yeah, I mean, you may as well at this point, but it'd be even funnier if you just didn't use it.
Yeah. Seems like defenders are gonna have a really rough buy this round.
That they are. They're also pretty, I mean, by necessity, pretty spread out. Vio's going to be pushing up very aggressive here with the Blade Storm. There's going to be 2 defenders on site.
Are
He's
you
gonna find
serious?
One
Are you
and
serious?
tags up one, and there is the Rolling Thunder finally.
On one person. He used it on one person.
Yep. 3v4 retake.
I mean,
Two
Bomb
attackers
hasn't gone down
pretty
yet.
weak. Yeah, Bomb has not been planted. Neo Sunlight
Oh.
here on the flank. That didn't go so well.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah, both of them get taken down, and just Magnolia here. Good util still. 2 enemies, relatively low, but it's hard when they have so many angles covered. Gonna find one, gets concussed though. Is anybody gonna swing with that? Ooh,
Nope.
That could have been the end there. 1 shot, 19 health. Not enough time to defuse, looks like. Nobody giving up the peak. Yep, and Diamond is going to swing on Magnolia and secure round 9.
Words cannot describe how disappointed I am.
With that Bay Popper ultimate?
Yeah. I've been waiting for so long and he just uses it. There.
Yeah, and it wasn't even in combo with any of the other ultimates. With the
and it was
the...
against a really bad buy too. I wanted to see him use it and frag out, but he doesn't want me to have that.
Looking like might be heading towards B this time, but once again playing pretty slow in spawn, maybe waiting for a flank.
What else do we have online? We have none on attacker's side, but Puka's one off and blocked out.
Bay Popper's gonna pick one on flank, gets traded out by Creaky though.
Oh, Pook has his ult, he's looking to use it now.
Yep, and there is the lockdown. Creaky's gonna take the gun upgrade and come ult from flank. Clears up the lockdown, finds Pook looking the wrong direction. It's traded out by Vivo though, and Spike is going to go down.
The Molly cutter.
And we're now at a 1v2. Neo Sunlight finds one. Ooh. Prowler's gonna come out. 36 health left. Got the Bulldog. Daeon in Heaven fakes the rope. Daeon with full health. Most of their shields. throws their last bit of util on site. Sunlight still with a flash and the knife. Oh, was that a headshot?
Yeah, it
Looked
was
like
a
Sunlight
headshot.
found a headshot, but didn't get the kill.
Was he jumping? Oh, did he get that headshot full
I'm
of
not quite
jump?
sure what happened there. But yeah, a headshot with the bulldog isn't gonna be quite enough, I guess.
Yeah. Does the Phantom do 36 or 35 at that range to a body shot?
I am not sure.
Okay, if it does 35, then sure, but if it does 36, then I feel like Sunlight would have won that fight. If he had more health. Just one more.
Yep.
Baypopper's at 20 kills.
Maybe an A main play here once again. One suppressed in rope. Nobody actually on site. Interesting play, but 3 with sightlines to sight. And Vivo maybe pushing up towards the wall here. Ooh, finds one with the share or one with the frenzy.
Magnolia,
Ooh,
I don't.
Straight into the util.
Another
Magnolia
post.
take each other down. And 2v1 on site, and it's gonna be round 11.
There's been a couple post-mortem util kills this series.
Yeah. My favorite are the post-match kills though. Like after you've already won or lost, you can still like move your character around and kill people. I don't think those count for the scoreboard though, unfortunately.
Yeah, sadly. 2 to 11.
Yep, it's gonna be all over after this map, one way or the other, and this is gonna be a very rough comeback.
Oh wow,
it is to
full
happen,
force.
Yeah, not too many other options at this point. Yeah, I don't think I'd want to risk a 2 to 12, even if I do have a full buy.
Yeah,
Looking like
looks...
they're running it down. A once again, flash gonna come out. Bevo finds one, gets traded out. Still one in rope. Favor's gonna fall back from rope. Jamie's gonna pick up this gun upgrade. And Spike is still not down, nor is it even on site. Spike's gonna finally make it to site and get planted, and they're gonna be 3v4 for this retake. And Attacker's just looking to play slow here, not make any mistakes.
Yeah, Jamie has got the Phantom.
Yeah, managed to get a gun upgrade.
The only rifle. Ooh, and Neru's just jumping.
Nice little corner here, yeah, trying to not get step in the molly. That's gonna leave just Joyo stuck in the cubby here. Nicely done. Okay, stay alive a little longer. 3 to 11. A nice eco round, and should have a better buy. Well, not eco round, I guess. Force round with not much money, but probably still going to come out of it with a better buy than our defenders.
I wonder if we're going to see anything like any extremely aggro play from the defenders here. Oh, they've got 4 in Nest.
Yeah, they have 4 on B and just Baypopper holding down site by himself, I guess. Attackers haven't quite decided which way to go. Vivo swings all the way out into a tree, finds a nice pick with the headshot. And other than that, pretty quiet. Still over a minute left.
Oh, well, there goes one Spectre has been thrown off the map. Interesting.
Can't be giving anything away.
They're playing really slow through A main.
Yeah, Baypopper and Vivo here holding angles onto site. Looking like their attackers are about to execute here. No one actually on site, but they don't know that, of course. And
they're about to know.
All 4
they
of them
got the
stacked
knife
up here. Here's the knife, goes off, finds nobody. They know site's clear. They have the Caterpillar smoke down. Alarm bot in the smoke, make sure nobody's pushing up through it. Molly's on the spike. Neo Sunlight pretty tagged up, but it's going to be placing spike in the corner there with the Mollies. 3 defenders coming flank through drop.
They
Could
got a
be interesting.
classic 40
I'm
and a
seeing
shorty.
2 shorties, yeah. So without smokes up, this might be a little rough. They're gonna be running into that alarm bot, get concussed.
Joya
But,
gets
Joya finds
sunlight,
one, and Dan's gonna be rushing into A main, trying to prevent anybody from countering this defuse. Shorty behind this box, they're gonna clear it. Does clear it. Pook is gonna get half. Is he sticking it? Nope. Molly is gonna come and push him off. 14 health left for Pook.
Neru's investing the
And
ult.
Neru with the rolling thunder, nicely done. And 3 defenders left on site here. No time left, no health left. 1 gets taken down and 2 die to spike. Although that is kind of exactly what they were expecting, most likely. Saving that round and now being able to buy mostly rifles this round.
That was a great eco, though. They got 3 guns out of their hands.
That's also true, yeah.
Yeah, see, oh yeah. Well, Baypopper and Dane, they don't have full armor this round, so that's not great. But they have
And
guns.
Vivo also has a judge, but you can make that work on defense, especially if
He's
you have
also
some smokes
got
to play around.
yeah.
And there's
He
the
also
Blade
pops
Storm.
the blade storm. Vivo's
Still playing very slow though. Smoke
yeah, they're
all the way up.
very
in spawn.
aggro. Vivo and Dane, they just took they just
Very
took
aggressive up here, but yeah.
well,
Oh,
now
okay.
they lost Bino.
Alright, looks like they're gonna be heading towards B here. A 4v3
Baypopper
on
flashes
site.
all
Just-
4, but then he gets spammed through smoke.
Yep, and a 3v2 here. Luke is going to be swinging on the spike planter before they can get the post plant set up. 1 left heaven. Pook is going to be sticking at least half here probably. Gets flashed. Steps off though. Puts the alarm bot in heaven. Nicely done, Joyo. And that's going to be round 12.
Match
Could be
point.
all over. Match point.
Finally.
Who's going to get the t-shirt?
No. The scoreboard is really uneven compared to last map. We got Baypopper with 23, Vivo with 21, and then the next person on the defender side has 8. Meanwhile, on attackers, we got 12, 11, 9, 7, and 5.
I mean, sometimes it's not all about the kills anyway, especially depending on what role you're playing. Like, we've been seeing some good util use, some good smoke, some good site coverage with KJ util. Like, you don't need necessarily be fragging out to be helping your team. What is Jamie's doing up here by himself? Finds one. Gets traded out though. And remaining 4 attackers gonna be grouping up in tree. Let's just stay on site here. Get some intel though with that prowler. Gets concussed up in heaven. Ooh, and just
He
barely
barely
makes it out of that brim ult. And they're now gonna be 3 attackers on site. Spike's gonna get planted.
Magnolia just eating this fade util.
Yeah.
But it doesn't
and
matter.
It pays off. Magnolia finds 1 kill and 1v3 retake. Oh, or
1v1?
1v1, and it is all over.
Match.
Pook finds Neo Sunlight and slaps down the ultimate, of course. And that is map 5. That is the end of the series.
That
Defenders
was a lot of
Nicely-
Valorant.
That was a lot of Valorant. But yeah, team Whopper Jr. Are they already in chat talking about their t-shirts?
Yeah, they are.
Oh gosh. All right. It's been a day. It's been some Valorant.
Yeah.
But yeah, 6 weeks for our rec esports tournament. It's been a time. It's been fun.
Yeah,
What else we got to say?
Not much, honestly. I'm tired.
I'm
I
sure
know.
these players are as well. Yeah, after what,
Yeah.
3.5 hours of
3.5
Valorant?
hours, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. Well, thank you very much for sticking with us for the 6 weeks of the Rec Esports tournament. I'm sure we'll have something to look forward to next quarter as well. It's just a matter of time. We'll see what happens.
Yep. Thank you
All
for
right. See you
watching.
guys next time. Thanks for being here.